Angela, so Angeloy won't be making an appearance today. Well, not now at least.
I mean, RRQ definitely read the keys to victory there, and Geek Fam, they will have to be satisfied here with the Fredrin pick. I mean, it's a good pick, very solid hero that now really loves and denying it away out of first six hand. Let's see here, RRQ, what will they respond with? Because Terizla is still on the board, Edith even is also on the board.
You're right. I'm not too sure about that Eve pick. Knowing that the Valentina, Angela, and Navaria has been banned out, it makes sense to see a pick like the Eve come out, but that leaves the Eve quite vulnerable to a lot of the dives that Geek Fam may be going for after seeing that pick. I think the Terizla is a great choice to go for here. Another choice might be Edith, oh, for Naomi? Or even a flex pick?
The priestess of primal
We'll see.
lightning.
It is going to be the Edith, but no Terizla. On the other side, it's Rafaela.
Man, Rafaela, and then there's going to be an Edith as well.
Naomi Raf? Or Lemon Raf?
Well, Naomi
Question
Raf.
mark.
Question mark.
We've always said that Naomi on the Rafaela is a bit lackluster. Not exactly his identity. And man, we talked about the matchups in the mid lane, in the gold lane, but even in the EXP lane, Luke and Dyron, both equally aggressive. And now, if this Edith goes in the hands of Dyron, we have to wonder if he can really match the roaming potential that Luke can really bring on something like a Ytshorts.
You're right. I mean, the mobility on a composition that has Rafaela will be elevated, right? With a holy healing. Let's see, though, with that, Geek Fan, what will they go for here? Because I feel like the Rafaela pick is also a deny pick for Beloyski. And there you go. That's the answer. Oh, boy. Given a Lilia in this opening game. Lilia, a very good hero that can burst you down, and against a Rafaela comp, which most likely to be a clumped up composition, I feel like Lilia is such a great answer.
Keep in mind that the slow from the Lilia, though, will be countered by the slow from the Rafaela. But yes, the longer the fight goes, you rely on the sustain, but Lilia now, if you reach 5 stacks on the Angry Gloom, it keeps the dark energy keeps refreshing. So the longer the fight goes, it's a real potential for this Lilia to serve as the main damage dealer. So once again, if RRQ wants to try and shut down the main damage dealer, they might be forced to try and focus on 2 members instead of 1. Now with the Bruno picked up though, that's a Bruno Rafaela. So standout strategy we've seen before. But what will be the next ban's gold laners targeted by RRQ?
Oof. I mean, this is kind of what we have expected here for the Lilia pick up against this kind of composition. RQ will try to get mid-control, very hard mid-control, if they want to utilize that mobility built in. And for Dyron, 8,596 question mark is the amount of time in hours Dyron needed to successfully return to the playoff stage of MPL Indonesia Season 12. Man, these fun facts are truly fun facts.
Really, man. Last time, Dyron was still in the rebellion side of the organization. And now with RRQ, let's see here again in the playoff stage. Will he be able to create that impact? And if we're talking about Dyron, I mean, Khalid comes to mind, right? And there you go. Geek Fam, they will try to limit perhaps Dyron's as heroes in that Yutong, potentially Khalid, if they really want to. But then again, X-Borg is still also available to be picked up.
X-Borg, a lot of pick-off immunity, quote-unquote. And against a Bakino, it's definitely something that can match up in the damage department, avoid getting picked up as well during ganks in the early game. But I think RRQ, they might want to go for something a bit more aggressive. And I think Geek Fam agrees. Bending with the Yutong, they might be concerned about something going all the way in the back line. So I think you can expect something with a lot of damage output in the gold lane.
You mean Iksha? Ooh! I mean, it's a possibility that they might pick up the Iksha. We saw Iksha in action yesterday, but RRQ, they also, man, respect towards a Mr. Beloyski.
That's a lot of respect given over. We did see what Beloy was able to do on that Ruby just yesterday. The blind I'm offended flicker, conceal play. And I did get some information. That was a call out purely by Beloy. Chico with a comment. In my opinion, first Onyx, second Geek. Heading to M5. We'll see about that. That's a Martis ban as well. Trying to deny a pick that is very good against that Fredrin to snowball in the early game, especially considering you have the utility you need to make those aggressive plays into Rafaela.
I mean, yeah, a Martis pickup for RRQ could have been great because then again, they can balance their composition out, knowing Rafaela and Bruno that needs time. They need a hero or a jungler that can win you trades in that early game. And Martis is such a good hero, and there you go. They eliminate Martis in on the board. RRQ, what will they go for here? What's on the board for them?
Ooh, we'll have to see, man. I mean, talking about the junglers, right?
Akai?
They've banned away the Paquito. They've denied the Paquito, the
Khalid, yeah.
and the Martis. But yeah, it's going to be the Khalid here picked up first. They're hiding the jungle pick for later on in the drafting phase.
I mean, we low-key talked about Khalid, Dyron, very aggressive. And this is going to be the composition, a hero that is also very strong in that early game to balance it out from that mid to late. RRQ has, let's see what Big Clam will respond with.
I mean, they already have this pick, this Khalid for Dyron. That's a signature pick. I think Anti-Mage has gone out to say in one of his streams that Luke is the best Khalid in MPL. I would actually say, personally, I think it's Dyron here. But needless to say, Luke is very good on that Khalid. He knows how to counter it. On the Paquito here, I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup, not in the fights, but mainly, well, not in the lane fights, but mainly in how he's able to maneuver around the map. Add on more CC and a solid damage dealer in the back to melt down these tanky members of RRQ, and you have GeekFam's composition that is really going to be banking on front-to-back winning out against RRQ.
Now, every single hero that Fersic has played, though, has been picked up by GeekFam or banned away. So now something new is going to be shown here. Is it going to be an assassin, or is it going to be more utility?
Let's see. With the carry picked up as well here, Arashi, I mean, it balances out, right? Carry, mid, 3 items, then he is online. What will happen here to balance it out? They pick up a Grok and as well as Fred, and very, very strong here in that early RRQ. What will they go for here to balance? Okay, yeah, Akai, again, a very good hero, but then again, going up against a Lilia, a hero that can burst you down in that close range type of situation. What will Fersic do?
I mean, right now, the big question for me isn't what Fersic will do, it's what will Geek do. They have a composition centered around, well, not completely centered, but they have a composition good for neutral objective takes. Now, what do? Do they play dynamically look trades on the other side of the map? Or do they commit? Do they double down on the neutral objective takes going up against the Akai in the jungle? We mentioned it yesterday, and if you go up against the Akai, against all odds, you're going in for that red tree battle. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, MPL ID production. I can't get enough of this, man. Oh, it's so beautiful.
I love it, you're right. Oh, take a look at Bruno juggling the balls. But yeah, game 1 of RRQ and GeekFam. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome you to the land of Dawn. Who will strike first? Will it be the Kings of Kings, or will it be the Geeks?
Here it is. We're getting straight into the land of Dawn. We own this is the tagline there, but it seems like we're gonna slow the pace down. Way down. Hey, take a breather, guys. We know it's intense. We gotta give you guys and the pro players there on stage enough time to let it sink in. The crowd here in Mahaka Square is absolutely phenomenal. Breathtaking atmosphere. You can see it, ladies and gentlemen. I think Arashi, there's one thing that I think RRQ will have forever: the most passionate fans.
Oh, absolutely, man. That is one I don't know, factor that RRQ always has in the bag. It seems to be the case for every single tournament we see them participate in, and today it's no difference. Look at that. Everyone's just gathering together, and they are definitely one of the loudest supporters as well, man. With their chants, with the uniforms, definitely a great sight that you can only really count on seeing in the playoffs.
Seeing the energy, seeing the vibe we have today. Let's see here if the players can absorb that and translate it to the land of Dawn positively. But okay, let's see here. Well, let's talk about the compositions, Arashi.
Right.
What do you think about the comp that was set by both teams?
I think in a way, RRQ has a better team fight composition, but for GeekFam, it's not only about the team fights, right? They have a Paquito, and they have a Grok as well, so I mean they have a lot of ways here to play with the Lilia as well. And I think the main thing to look at here is the EXP lane matchup. Paquito against the Khalid, I think it's very much a skill matchup, and whoever wins there will grant their team that much more pressure in the EXP lane, and by default that means that there is space being made in the gold lane. If RQ don't really get a dub in that situation, in that factor, then the carry will start snowballing, and as Mirko said, with only a few items, that carry just does an insane amount of damage.
Corrosion, Golden Staff, DHS.
Yep.
And then you're active. But then again, if you call out the marksman, Bruno only needs 2 items, no?
Well, technically, yeah, you do need lesser items, and technically you do get to that snowball part. Oh, whoa, wait a minute.
Hey.
We've got some, RQ
Hey.
and Evos and Onyx. He's got all the championship badges here. KB, ladies and gentlemen, the best analyst in Indonesia with his friend. Arash, you know this guy. Who is he?
It's Mr. Feel, because he's feeling good, or he's feeling confused. What is that?
That's the coin, the roster coin. That I think right now RQ are selling as well, so they really know how to capitalize on that. But KB says GGWP, MPL, and grab.
Why
Funding
not?
everything,
Sponsor.
man.
I need it. I need that
Exactly.
MPL grab keychain.
But you're talking about back to the marksman head-to-head here.
Easier
Bruno,
snowball.
Rafaela though. Most likely after the
On the board. Good. I think he is the best roamer that Myanmar has to offer.
yeah, Mirko, Arashi, you see the Marshall
Hey,
here.
hey.
Boom! Boom bang, bada bing, land of dawn, game 1. GeekFam and RRQ. And you can see here the rotations already. It seems like, yeah, Skylar will have the Purifying on the board.
Good reset by Beloy as well. Doing quite well at delaying Pair 6 clear. That's something that GeekFam needs to play with here if they want an edge onward. There's Shatter. Beloy, not with a signature first blood just yet. RQ unable to get that, but it's a flicker burnt.
Good flicker as well. I mean, might as well. Right, you're in that sticky situation now. Let's talk about emblems here. Anything stand out?
Well, for sure, all the agilities here, because GeekFam, they need to outmaneuver RRQ, considering that they don't really have the edge when it comes to big crowd control, unless it's a big one like the Wild Charge. And by the way, with the blessing and the agility, he's trying to roam around and be as big of a nuisance as possible, but he's losing out in the wave clear department, so this Lilia pick is really shutting down Lemon's aspirations of being able to impact the side laners.
Take a look at the EXP here. Nile is way above first stick, perhaps 2 cams above first stick here. So rotation while now Nile's got it in the bag.
I got a question though, Rashi. When we see Rafaela's, usually we see Rage Smite or even Focusing Mark. It's an Impure Rage by Lemon. Anything to know there?
I think he's going to be in the mid lane, a bit more spam heavy to try and clear, and a bit more aggressive as well. So I think he's going for that option because he's not intending on being in the front lines like we see some Rafaelas do. Now though, with RRQ having that heavy spin to play around with, are they going to go for a fight?
They are. They're gonna go in hard, but the boy has the black shoes to disengage. Luke now with 2 hits! First blood onto Lemon. Now Dyring gonna be taunted. Appraiser's Rat connecting and a blade! Thrusting forward, finding another. Versik and Naomi left to run. It's a good disengage, Earth Shatter, but GeekFam, my goodness gracious. They have won a neutral objective battle. They're diving straight into the turret. The Versik has the heavy spin, and Luke knows better than to dive in a kayak.
This can spell disaster. Oh, a boy. That's a good trade.
But now it's another Wild Charge coming down and a big wall to wall Lemon down. Dyron walking forward onward, and the Earth Shatter as Dyron picks up a second. Will look to be a big win for GeekFam. Has turned around, and RQ has found payback.
Man, this mid lane play from Lemon, very aggressive, but always getting sacrificed in the process. We've seen this being a bit more of a trend because now the mid laners are a bit more of a, a bit more of an extra support. So maybe this Rafaela pick might be really beneficial for this idea of RRQ. Looking at the talent's predictions though, Mirko, I see what you're doing there.
Hey man, so far I've gotten all the right predictions. Maybe not in this prediction, but the real one. Beloy, Versik finds it, uses the retry, has heavy spin. Beloy has the power of nature, and both teams just play it safer. But Versik jumps in, no heavy spin again. Beloy's waiting, pops in the power of nature to get out of the baptism.
That's a good timing on that skill, right? Power of nature. But let's talk about Fursic on that Akai not getting the first neutral objective. That can spell disaster because when you pick up an Akai, you usually want to pick up the nukes.
Niall locking Skylar down, but he has the Purify. Now Naomi is going to be the target. Wild charge, good flicker out by Naomi. The Kingdom's Falcon flapping his wings out of a scary situation.
Well, no trade. Again, Geek Fam economy-wise, they're leading here 1,000 gold, Arashi. 4 minutes in, is that significant?
I mean, they have the better early game composition. Technically, a lot more burst damage. We saw how Lemon, I think for now, RRQ is just on damage control, trying to make sure that Geek Fam doesn't snowball, and then they can make plays in the mid game where these tools for the neutral objectives can be beneficial. But man, Luke is just absolutely a menace, but so is Skylar.
RRQ get a kill on their most lethal member. Skylar on the Bruno. We know what he did back in the regular season when he first picked this. He got a triple kill and a big Sui. Let's see, Fursic walking up, that's a heavy spin, locking him down, and Fursic picks it up. Niall unable to red free right there with a chain CC and an onward, and an Earth Shatter, even everything in a kitchen sink, thrown at him. Luke now getting caught, but is able to flicker out to safety from the raging sandstorm.
Oh, that's a very tough blow to the side of Geek Fam. They lost Beloyski, but they forced that turtle fight. I don't think Arashi personally, that's worth it, right? You lost a member, you know what? Yeah, against Akai, especially, you don't really want to play that 50-50.
Well, this is where what you were asking about, Bonnie. Well, how can the Akai win out in the neutral objectives? This mid-game power spike is what they're going to use, and I think it's going to be the main pattern. In the gold lane, Skylar got 2 kills at this point, so that's going to mean that he's going to be a bit more ahead than Kudera, but that will be a big factor when it comes to those longer, drawn-out fights as well, already with the Berserker's Fury here.
With the Berserker's Fury, it will have that spike, a small spike for Bruno. 6 minutes in. And again, Geek Fam, what they need to do is just play it safely. They were ahead almost 2,000 gold 2 minutes ago. And after that turtle fight, it's just snowball to RQ, controlling the map with the structure as well, taking down bottom line. Geek Fam, they have less space to play with.
That's for now, though. Later on, this Paquito is going to be a huge macro threat. You can see a split push orchestrated by Geek Fam later on, and they are no stranger to those kind of macro movements. Unless RRQ, they can just shut down and just with brute force Geek Fam into areas of the map they do not want to be in. Looking at the gold differences by UBS Gold right here, especially in the gold lane, you're seeing 1,000 gold difference more or less, and even in the mid lane, a boy has a bit more of an advantage, but Lemon isn't that far behind.
No, not much. That is a big gold lead, though, in the gold lane, and that's something that is very concerning. Chidera doesn't have the golden staff just yet. Fursic now in the mid lane, clearing it out all alone as Niall tries to pull it out. The turtle, that's an onward, another shatter. Beloyski with a wild charge, but the baptism there does not connect. Beloyski still able to get out with a flicker burnt, though. Niall looking for the retreat, Naomi looking for the lockdown, and Geek Fam will decide, no, we cannot take this. RRQ have too much neutral objective control, and Rex Regum Kaon will secure their second turtle of the game.
Lesson learned.
Walking out this heavy spin, a boy not going to be pinned down just yet right now, but it's going to be the final pin with a Purify in. Black Shoes gets him out. No real source for both teams to go full commit, but Luke is in a tough spot. Naomi has flicker, but he decides not to go for it.
The calculations from a boy, man. Heavy spin, Purify Black Shoes. The composure this guy's got is still showing 8 minutes in. And again, Geek Fam, they lost the turtle because they learned from that second turtle, Arashi. You know what? Let's not force this. Let's just give it away and look for trades. And that is what Geek Fam did.
Well, for now, that is what the game is looking right? But after this first initial turn of tables, where RRQ now has the control, they're going to reach terminal velocity, where this carry and Lilia pick is going to do a lot of damage with enough items. So RRQ, they're actually working against the clock, and if you look at how people are moving here, Fursic is the one being disturbed, being irritated by Beloyski. So despite being ahead, RRQ, they're not exactly aggressing. All they're doing right now is avoiding fights before neutral objective spawns, and they're going to rely on the Lord to get those objectives. Looking at the items right now, it's just, for the most part, all damage. Lemon, though, with the Demon Shoes, He's trying to make sure that he has ample supply of mana to heal up his teammates and provide that rotation speed they're going to require in that Lord macro take.
I mean, great point. Geek Fam at this point, they're just weathering the storm here. Late game carry will be more.
Baloyski though. The wild charge wasn't wild enough because the alien caught up with a baptism and the help of the Kingdom's Falcons onward.
Man, that's such a shame. Baloyski caught, and boy, he's okay. He's okay now. Let's see he'll RRQ again. They're looking to zone out members of Geek Fam. Lord is up. Let's see the setup.
Oh, good onward, and now look at the damage coming from Skylar. Earth Shatter not comboed in with a flicker. Niall walking forward, taunting Skylar up. This is quite concerning. Look at Skylar's mana. He won't be able to pop skill 1, and that's why he is forced to recall. If Geek Fam know about this, they can start to force the issue, a 4v5.
Okay, RRQ, they're committing to this. Geek Fam, Fersic and Niall, who will grab it?
Well, now Luke is trying to zone the other members in the back line. Fersic jumps in with a heavy spin and secures the Lord for Rex Regum Kaon. Hitting Niall down as well. It's double the value. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Take a look at top side as well. I feel like Geek Fam, they understand that, yeah, carry here, they did not join. He did not join. It's a 4v5 technically. RRQ gets it. But again, Geek Fam, they're not really looking to grab the wins here in that early 2 mid. They're looking to weather it out, be active, be more active through the lane.
My question is, when will this hit, the power spike for Geek?
I think at about the 4th item, more or less, that will be the time where the carry needs an underlying gold italic needs to be crowd controlled in the middle of a fight. Even the tankiest member on RRQ, the Akai or the Edith, will not be able to survive for longer than 2 or 3 seconds against the percentage HP shred. And for now, RRQ.
That's a 2-man wild charge. Fersic no heavy spin. That's going to be the red tree coming down. He finally gets it off a cooldown and he uses it instantly. Beloy's isolated away. They're not going to try to chase him down though. They'll focus more on the turrets. Meanwhile, Luke taking a page out of Iran's book. Naomi with a flicker, not connecting. Earthstrider dodged away from Chidera. Getting some good stacks, some good damage on Naomi, but RQ are doing the same to the tier 2 bottom lane turret. They spot Beloy trying to look for a flank, and they say no, not today.
RRQ, they got the Lord, but they lost an inner turret as well. So Geek Fam, very good management here, especially if we're talking about that top lane where Paquito, cleared the super minions, grabbed the inner, and all Geek Fam members, they did not die.
Exactly, man. That is the macro play that the Paquito really brings to your team. Dyron tries to cut the wave right there to try and ensure that the towers won't fall, but he missed 1 minion, I think. That was the only minion that Luke was able to use to take the turret down. So far, even though RRQ has full control, it's only a 1.5k gold lead. It's not game-changing as of right now, and we are approaching the mid to late game stage of the game. This is where our Geek Fam, they're going to be able to try and hit back. So RRQ needs to be a bit more calculative in these team fights. Now, if they make a big mistake, Geek Fam can absolutely capitalize.
Skylar's got that melted roar though, so he's going to start melting these frontliners for Geek Fam.
Let's see here. 12 minutes in. Tempo, pace gone down, but I mean, Beloyski is just a screen monster. He even committed the barrier and the wall charge there to try to steal the purple, but it seems like Fersic was still too clean with it. Structure here, it seems like Luke will sacrifice that, knowing that no visible members on the map for RRQ. Luke wants to play it safe.
Look at that damage. Down to half. Skylar is lethal. This is why he's so scary on any pick, especially a pick that can scale quite well, despite having some bully powers in the early game. Niall with a good dodge, with a dash, away from the onward. Now with the holy healing, RQ gets in place of the Lord.
They might try and go and rush it, man, because earlier, the bottom side is no longer managed right here, and RRQ definitely go for something aggressive here.
Niall placed out of position. Naomi with a flicker right now. Heavy spin pins down. Chadera! Out of all the members, they found the gold. And now Geek Fam might not be able to go for this. It's free for RRQ. Meanwhile, Luke trying to clear out the minion wave in the mid lane. Dodges away from the raging sandstorm. Jumps in, dodges away from the baptism. And he might get out. Naomi with the onward. That's a flicker by Luke. And a clean escape. And another knockoff comes in to secure a kill. Another baptism as well. RRQ with a 3-for-0 trade.
My goodness, RRQ. They weren't convincing in that early, but they surely convinced giving a convincing mid-game now, Arashi.
There's a big mid-game power spike, and they are not wasting it at all. They're going for multiple base towers here, it seems, but with Kadera up now, they have to be a bit more careful. But with the gold lead at 5K, now GeekFam needs to be a bit more concerned. It's no longer the equal game that they were waiting on. But early on, though, I think RRQ, they let go of the bottom turret because Dairon, he was giving up the turret because he was afraid of a pickoff, but Beloyski
has to flicker around. The Earth Shatter connects onto Nile, who's trying to frontline, but look at the damage from Skyler. So much. Nile has to move back instantly now. Fairsick dashes out. Luke trying to handle the mid-wave right now. Jumping in, clearing it out. That's a Raging Sandstorm that did not connect. What happened? A boy was deleted by RRQ. He cannot handle this damage. The base can't handle this damage. That's another base turret down. And RRQ are looking for the Executor, looking to end this game. Chidera with a few good stacks of damage onto Dairon. That's an onward and an Earth Shatter. Luke jumps into the knockout strike, but Beloy gets melted down as a heavy spin. Takes Luke outside of the base, outside of the crystal. Now it's Skyler looking for a triple kill. That it is! Chidera, the only member left. It might be a Maniac, 2 Wind of Natures, but one comes out on top. RRQ, the Kingdom, strikes first.
The Kingdom strikes first in this best of 5. And goodness me, what a convincing start for RRQ. 0 play from GeekFam, and RRQ managed just to steamroll with it.
Man, the discipline and the way they were able to just understand what the gameplay was, what was the counter available to GeekFam, and deny everything. They stopped Beloyski's pesky engages, they stopped the split push, they made sure that Dairon, despite all his aggression, does not get picked off in the
for RRQ. The most sensible. And again, why? Because RRQ, they need that burst magic very, very dearly here.
Burst magic? I feel like they need team fight, right? It seems like it's the same game plan. Get strong laners, fight for the neutral objectives, and then use macro to deny any pickoffs from GeekFam, essentially making Beloyski that much less useful. So I think AoE is required, but no, turns out it's gonna be Kaja instead.
So Lilia for a boy then.
Yeah, are they thinking that a boy is gonna be the one on the Lilia? Yeah.
I mean, it's still a possibility, right? At this point, sure, Angela can be flexed, but RRQ, they're letting the options for a boy here to be okay. They're very, very, they're very minimal. They have minimal bursts as well. They have a burst in Mark to self Lilia, and as well as, okay, but not even.
And the Minotaur, all right.
Angela mid.
It's Angela mid, so it's a boy. It's not the Angeloi, or maybe a boy goes on the Minnow. Not too sure about this, man, but for GeekFam, they're really, really lacking that magic damage. Very easy to itemize against this composition, especially if RRQ gets ahead. GeekFam, they're playing a very one-dimensional battle.
And look at their composition, they have amended the lack of crowd control. Now they have a lot of tools and a lot of AoEs to really duke it out in the neutral objective. The Black Dragon will be the main concern here, able to potentially zone everyone away. So for now, the last pick, it's a Sicilian for Lemon. What?
That is going to be the Sicilian here, ladies and gentlemen. A hero that scales very, very good with their comp. Oh my goodness. Man, going all in Geek here in the series does not matter. Let's see here. GeekFam, can they go and equalize in the second game?
Not too sure about that, man. They don't really have a lot of dive threat. I personally think that RQ have kind of outdrafted Geek again. We saw that in game number 1 with an outdraft, they weren't able to execute the right plan. Let's see if they can do it here. The Geeks will have to dig deep. Deep as they can up against a composition as dynamic as this from RRQ.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stage has been set for game 2. It is going to be RRQ and Geek. Will RRQ find the point for them to set as a match point, or will GeekFam equalize in this game? A very tough composition to pull off, I feel like. But then again, yesterday, the tougher, the more complex composition, they win you games.
All right, we'll have to see, man. In the jungle, though, Nile is definitely on the clock right there. He needs to be aggressive. He needs to try and get a bit of a lead and then abuse that hard guard to try and get the best out of the situations. Deny Fersik his jungle, deny the laners a winning lane as well. Looking at the emblems here, it's a bit of the opposite story. RRQ, the ones with 3 agilities, trying to maneuver around the abundance of crowd control that GeekFam have right here. Naomi is on the Kaja, so he will have a pickup advantage, but when it comes to team fights, so it's different. So I think RRQ, they're better before the neutral objective now, but also weaker during.
This is probably the first time, I don't know, aside from the Navaria, that Lemon will be using a damage mid laner, right? Not the Angela, not the Rafaela, the supportive mid laners that we've come to expect from him. What do you think about this, Arashi? I need to throw it over back to you again. This is your team.
It's very dangerous, very vulnerable, but with the current emblem setup, you actually have a lot easier time in the early game. You have a lot more sustainability. There are ways for you to be safer from these aggressive threats. So I think it can work, but it's definitely still a very slow process. So for now, it's on the side laners, the Irithel and the Yutong, to try and get something that really works and maybe translate that to the early game team fight that I think both teams are going to be very eager to participate in as the turtle spawns right here.
Yeah, 2 minutes here, no problem, no first bloods for both teams. They're just hovering over, looking for openings. And let's see here, again, Akai favors in that new. What will Nile do here with the help of the hard card?
Better rotation right now. Nile already using the Mortal Coil. The Heavy Spit pins him down despite the CC coming in. It's still going to be Versing who secures it, but Bernina's Fury knocks him up. That's a first blood. 2 kills over to the Geeks. 2 for 1. Kills for the Turtle.
They're gonna overcommit this. Is this the right move here? Let's say Geek with 4 still in that purple, and it seems like the rotations Akai will not be there in a time. So again, a trade worth it, but fine judgment, yeah. A trade worth it here as the purple buff will be taken away.
They lost 2 members right there, even though they get the turtle. I don't know how worth it that is, especially because Nile now is a bit more in the lead, AXP-wise, damage-wise. He's going for the Imperial Rage as well, by the way, so going for a bit more aggression, a bit more mana sustainability, I guess just in case. Fersik needs to stay on the curve right here, because otherwise the main power of this Akai does fall off. And looking at the time's predictions, very similar to game number 1.
I think it's the same. Not too sure if it's exactly the same, Arashi, but yes, very, very similar indeed, but 2 different compositions. GeekFam, their emphasis isn't on the neutral objective, their emphasis is hard on these team fights.
And you can see here the pressure that RRQ gives. Veloisky?
Union's Fury used up. Nile bringing him back with a Mortal Coil, but first he pops in a heavy spin. Now Beloy going to be pinned down, brought back to the turret, flickers out to safety. Roldy ready. That's a hard guard and a dive. That's submission under the turret, but the Divine Judgment locks him down. And a boy gets caught in the crossfires. Has to flicker out, but that's another 2-man knockup. Jadera with a few good hits. Only on to Naomi, who can get back that HP with a good Brave Smite emblem.
It's a good trade. A jungle for jungle. GeekFam, they overcommitted it, but it seems like they want more.
Want to overcommit even more up top.
Okay.
But they did get Chidera a few good hits on the turret. Remember, Arashi, Chidera's way to victory is matching Skylar.
And matching him and the advantage in the lanes, right? If he doesn't really fall back on gold, usually he still has a lot of presence in these big fights. With the turtle spawning already though, RRQ, they are just very quick to adjust right here, moving in. But GeekFam, if Beloisky can land a big minion Fury, that's dangerous. And a boy is the main target. He won't be caught just yet though.
They have a lot of CC to play with, and that's why Fersik doesn't want to just jump in. They have a lot of healing. Bigger Spider from Luke into the back right now, dealing quite a bit of damage. But anti-CC has been built up. Minions Fury coming down. Fersik zoned away, and Nile has actually been given free space. It's only Beloy traded in, but it's not even then.
Oh my god.
Hardguard comes in clutch, and GeekFam have won another neutral objective battle.
Oh, what a play, and Naomi now might be caught here. Take a look at the pressure that GeekFam is building. Again, RRQ, they're with this composition, sure at late game they have Irithel, they have Cecilian, but they need to weather this early game presence. find Geek Fam again. 2,000 gold lead, 5 minutes, Arashi.
Yeah, and they're still not going away, but now Niall gets jumped on. He is going to get a counter, though.
The Mortal Coil gets him out and gets him a kill. He jumps out as well. Dyron, unable to chase him down, gets a good stack on him, but it's not enough to take him down. Niall, whoa, that was a risky move, but he knows he has a boy. Meanwhile, Luke really taking a page out of Iran's book.
Seems like day one, he did it as well. Yesterday, Luke controlling the waves, manipulating it very cleanly, and he is going to replicate it today again. Now Geek Fam in full control, 3,000 goal lead. And it seems like RRQ4 now has no answer. Is this the end though?
The end?
For RRQ.
It's 6 minutes, man. You gotta give it some time to scale. Naomi, though, gonna get jumped on right here. This is the problem. They just can't really match up to the pressure, especially from Luke on that Lapu Lapu. He provides so much more damage and crowd control directly compared to Dyron, who is just a bit more aggression focused. But now Luke goes again with the bravest fighter. RQ can counter, but they might just let go of this orange ball.
They have to. They burned out a heavy crossbow. Much more of a nuisance compared to that bravest fighter that Luke just uses to bait that out. And RQ will have to just, again, yes, concede the orange buff. 8 seconds, counting for the turtle.
And again here, 7 minutes in, it's very shaky here forward side of RRQ. Last turtle has spawned, and with the Sakai, sure they can contest, but is it worth it if they lose the fight?
I don't think it's worth losing multiple members, and I think RQ understands that. They're just waiting for the right situation right here, but we'll have to see, man. Ferrisik now gets jumped on.
Ferrisik now going to be stunned up. That's the bravest fighter. Already used up at Geek Fam. Just take it, my god. The macro play here from them is they just completely sweep RQ out. You can call Geek Fam the broom.
Very great. Yeah, I mean, that's a sweep here. 2-1 turtle-wise here, Arashi. And RRQ, what's their play here? They have Kaja that can switch you up, but Kaja jumped on.
What? Naomi! He has, from flying high in game number 1 and game 2, he's been neutralized completely. RRQ are lost.
Whoa. Tyler here trying to make something happen, but they're going to rely on Lemon in the late game. But look at his play!
Minion Fury to the back. Now is the heavy spin to try to counter it, but Dyron is still in the front, isolated. Down another 3-man knockup, but it might be too far ahead.
My god.
The Cycling Claws finds them. Luke jumps to the Raven Spider. Luke, what an absolute menace, but it's shut down instantly by the Divine Judgment of Naomi.
That's a 2-for-1. That's a win for RRQ. Desperate win that they need. They find it. Though, destruction in the mid lane looks, yeah, it's going to go down.
Geek Fam still definitely going aggressive as possible. But RRQ, what a great call by them to try and bring the fight to Geek Fam when they know that they have a turret on their side, outputting extra bits of damage that can equalize that gold disparity. We saw earlier a bit of a stat, Lemon standing on 130-ish stacks more or less. Definitely not ideal, but he is stacking and he will be a problem the longer the game goes. But later on, Luke, Niall, and Beloyski, everyone can dive in, and there's a hard guard to ensure that Lemon will not have any space at all to deal the damage with the bad impacts.
So, looking at the items as well here, Rashi, right? It seems like it's a hybrid build for Martis. There's a Hunter Strike, but then there's a Blade Armor as well. So, going up against Erithel, close combat, Erithel will take some damage when she basic attacks. And taking a look at the situation, I feel like RRQ, they will not contest the First Lord. Do you think it's the wisest move? That's the wiser move.
Absolutely, man. Now they get a bit more of an objective. They equalize in the structural differences, more pressure later on. And Luke is just running. What is that?
That's a Chad right there. Walks up without a care in the world. Same thing goes for Beloy though. He's been doing that Chad maneuver all across. Game 1 even. Walking up to the enemy jungle, no problem.
RRQ, they can really defend well due to the Sicilian. They just have to be careful about a big dive. Of course, Naomi can try and stop that, and the heavy spin is also a concern. So, you know, Geek Fam, after that, a bit of a failure in the turret dive, will be a bit more careful in how they want to execute that.
Geek Fam, they're very in control. All 3 lanes pushed. And RRQ, they will sacrifice all their inners here, seems like, right? They will just defend their base turrets. Take a look, 75 already, 10 minutes in.
All right, is that a lot, Arashi, for the 10 minute of the game? Lemon hasn't really been given a lot of, space to farm.
I wouldn't say it's a lot, but it's decent, right? It could be way, way worse, and now Fersic gets jumped on, but I think the threat of the Lemon damage now is forcing Geek Fam away.
Beautiful clear, though. The Lord only taken a tier 2. It is only the first Lord, so if Geek Fam can take or get rid of all the tier 2 turrets, it's still absolute value for them. It seems like they're focusing more on that top side. Luke already very aggressive maneuvers. Minions Fury coming down, not with a flicker this time around. A good disengage from both Geek and RQ, but Luke now jumps in, looks forward to pick, but now gets brought back to the team with the Bravest Fighter and a flicker. He gets out even off a heavy spin, and RQ are able to defend.
Very good pressure there by Luke. Almost paid a price, but it seems like with that flicker, he's A-okay. Geek Fam now looking for that inner. And again, as predicted, the inner will be sacrificed. RRQ, they will just hold off here. It seems like the mid lane turret still stands here, so it's just okay for both. But then again, late game, do you heavily favor the side of RRQ, or do you think Geek Fam can grab it?
I feel like I gotta give it to RRQ. Sicilian in the late game with stacks, an Aerithel that's a lot more dynamic. A Marcus that falls off technically, and as Miko was mentioning, no real big source of magic damage. If RRQ starts stacking those armor items, both Naomi and Fersic could be a lot tankier here, as Fersic finally able to get something out of his own jungle. It's still a work in progress, but RRQ, they're making it work.
Flicker out, and a hard guard ready. Beloyski gets out with just a flicker. Meanwhile, RRQ do not use any resources in battle spells, just one of that Divine Judgment.
2 healers, right? That's the problem when you're facing low-key 2 healers. You got Angela, you got also Minotaur that can give HP to your composition. Now let's see here, RQ, how do they solve this problem here? Second Lord, enhanced 1, mind you. Yeah, RQ, do they have enough firepower to contest? I don't think so.
They might have to give it again, man. And Versik is still looking for an opening, though. Takes him to dash, but nope, Niall just picks it up for free. Geek Fam with their second Lord in this game. Still absolute domination from them. 8,000 gold lead. RQ forced back once again under their turret. Naomi's the only one who can make that game-changing play.
Good to see, man. Purple buff being targeted by Geek. RQ, they're in the area, but they might go for something too decisive.
Oh, Bravest Fighter. Oh, connecting onto Naomi, who's forced to flicker now. That's a massive battle spell. Game-changing plays with the Divine Judgment, now neutralized by that flicker taken away.
9,000 gold lead with this sort of push. Now is the question, RRQ, do they have enough firepower? Oh my god, a boy?
Skylar finds a 1v1, a boy gets some healing right now. Does he get saved? No, he does not. That's Skylar with a beautiful pick in that bottom lane. Jadera forces a flicker out right now. Fersic in the midst of it all, gonna be knocked up right now as Jadera finds the kill. Luke, the Bravest Fighter, Naomi in the back. He's looking for a flank. Tyron able to zone Luke away as he flickers out to safety. That's a turret taken down, but the Black Dragon form gets popped in. Tyron is lurking. Tyron is pouncing and Tyron goes in on the Jadera. Niall buys the immortality. Now another furious dive is now able to escape, but Jadera gets pulled back by the Divine Judgment, and Skylar takes him out.
1 moment is all it takes for RRQ to find the equalizer. Sure, economy-wise, not just yet. Map control-wise, not just yet. But I'm talking about momentum here, Rashi.
Oh, the recalls from Tyron as well. I don't know if they could have played out more perfectly for RRQ. Getting the pick onto the Angela. Winning the fight for only a base turret. They equalize the 2k gold lead. They get the turret, lowering it down to 5. RRQ now, this is the late game. 15 minutes is the general time we consider late game, and RRQ has weathered the storm enough that now it's on Geek Fam. Of course, the same problem still persists. RRQ can't really start a decisive fight, but they can definitely end it.
Let's see here with the momentum. Loki swings to the side of RRQ a little. But yeah, with the lead that was already built, established by Geek Fam, it seems like map-wise, it's still Geek Fam's to win this game. Sure, the economy cuts to half here, Arashi. It was a 10,000 gold lead, now just down to almost 6. Let's see here, what will Geek Fam find to swing the momentum to their side again? Item-wise, Eberthel is ahead gold-wise.
He's ahead, but not by much. And I don't know if I agree with the Great Dragon Spear. It does help you kite back against Niall, against Luke, but at the same time, you need to do a lot more damage. But maybe RRQ thinks that without any magic damage, right, they can just outlast RRQ, and that is definitely still a legitimate way. A big factor here that Geek Fam has been using, Goni, to get all this macro pressure is they're just abusing the Angela global presence. But earlier, it was punished, and Naomi, that could have been very dangerous. It seems like RRQ are in the right spot. It's going to be a bit of a trap here for Geek, though. They are trying to make sure that they can get whoever tries to clear that bot side.
A signature BBB play would be great for Geek Fam. They need that big brain Beloy play, like we saw yesterday against Dewa, that Ruby Conceal flicker to find, I think, either Lemon or Skylar. These two pillars for RRQ.
See here, Geek Fam looking to gain more or control more ground in that turtle or Lord Pit. RRQ, they want to contest.
Minus Fury coming down, and it's going to be Beloyski who secures the Lord. Now Beloyski taken back right there, but the bad impact and the Sanguine Claws. Versik bringing Chidera back with a heavy impact, and now it's Chidera with a win in the trip, but he gets petrified. Locked down! RRQ going at it. Now Niall walking forward with a Raven Spider from Luke as well. Skylar buys the immortality, but Niall's able to take it out just like that. That's a Sanguine Claw, but it's a shutdown for Niall. Luke against the world, now in the front, getting the healing. Versik's immortality has been popped. Naomi, very low, but marches forward. It's a boy on the healer, getting a kill on Naomi.
It's a 3-for-2 and an action-packed fight earlier on RRQ. They lost the Lord, and take a look at Iron. Let's see here. Luke and the hard guard. Will it be enough?
He's tying him up. Dyra's walking back, trying to get the passive stack. Furious dive, but it's a Bravest Spider and a boy!
Oh my lord. Dyran here with the distraction. Lord, who is already in the base of RRQ. And there you go. They will take care of it. But the base turret here. Oh, good defense.
Wow.
Great defense. Versik holding off the minions just outside of the zone.
Intelligent plays by both teams. But holy moly, we said no mage. A boy says, are you sure about that?
You must not know me. He is the mage for Geek Fam right here, and 357 stacks. If Geek Fam don't find Lemon in these fights, I think that is the main win condition here. Lemon, and eyes need to be on Lemon. Earlier they were able to shut Skylar down, but doesn't matter. The bat impacts were a bit too much, but RRQ, they make the smart play on backing out there, knowing that the Lord was on the way. They have no issue delaying the game even longer, because that only means that Lemon gets stronger and stronger. So they went for the more conservative play, and now Geek Fam, right? They are the ones that have a chance, technically, to go for a big brain Beloyski maneuver. But if they can't find it, it's dangerous. And trying to find it against Lemon, the experienced alien, it's going to be very, very difficult.
We usually expect BBB, Big Brain Beloy, but in that team fight, we saw BBB, Big Boy Beloy. He stole the Lord. He secured it for Geek.
With the Minion Fury, man, and again, it seems like the setup here, will they commit to this? Let's see.
Luke, Bravest Fighter in, trying to bait out the heavy spin, I believe, but RQ knows better than to use it here in this position.
Back to the point that I really want to point out, right? It's a positioning matchup here. Skylar positioned himself very effectively in comparison to Dara. Chidera already here on his way toward his, already max items even, but his impact throughout the game is very, very hard to calculate because, I don't know, I feel like it's just a non-factor here. As a Bruno, mid-game, late-game even now, I don't see his impact.
It's short range, it's low mobility, and with RRQ having their eyes all on Chidera, of course Niall can do damage, Luke can as well, but the main DPS is definitely going to be Chidera. Compared to RRQ, they have both Lemon and Skylar. This is the problem with the composition, and Geek Fam are paying the price but you can never count them out, man. In the late game, something crazy is gonna happen. You just know it. Question is it gonna work? Is it gonna end the game for GeekFam, or is it gonna end the game for RRQ? As Dyron is forced on the top side, this could be the signal for GeekFam to begin.
Let's see here. It seems like the Lord is still controlled by GeekFam. Top lane neutralized by Yuzong. RRQ still hovering, looking for information, but first now shows. It seems like on GeekFam, no, still play.
Naomi, flicker forward, Divine Judgment, locking him down. The hard guard comes in. Niall with the Mortal Coil gets out. Luke. Oh, it's Luke with the Bravest Fighter onto the back. Skyhook later. But Luke has done what he needs to. He's baited the team. Now it all comes down to the rest. Tadera moving back, getting some damage onto Dyron, but Fersic is still there. He's still holding on to the heavy spin. 4 versus 5. GeekFam holding on. Tadera dealing the damage in the back line. It's Beloyski who jumps in with his Fury. Who gets it? It's Fersic! Who secures it for RRQ, and they back away as fast as they engage.
Mission abort. RRQ gets the Lord and the fight. Luke goes down to 30, and now take a look at the economy. It's it's irrelevant, but RRQ shows that the qualities that they're online.
Man, let's take a look at the in-game equipment here by Dunya Games. Skylar definitely has all the penetration, still has the boots, but Lemon, he had a dominance ice, he switched it out for the Blood Wings. He is going for a decisive end right here. With the Lord, with the superior front to back, long range damage, this could be the end of it. RRQ.
How do they defend this?
They look to push. This may be the final push, let's say.
It's an Evolved Lord, 24,000 HP, and it has cracked the base turret wide open. Divine Judgment logging Beloyski down right now, forcing a defensive flicker. Niall holding on, not letting it charge in, but Beloy now loses the immortality. It's a full dive to the back, Dyron! 3-man Petrify! Into a furious dive! RRQ and come back from a 9,000 gold lead.
Match point secured for the Kings of Kings. As it is, unfortunately, GeekFam losing again. 10,000 gold lead. Diminished, gone, and RRQ. They exploited that mistake.
Unbelievable, man. What is going on? The one-dimensional RRQ, the inflexible RRQ at match point, outsmarting the Geeks. Could this be a reverse sweep, or will it be a clean sweep? It's do or die for GeekFam now.
Let's see, will the Kingdom bring out their brooms, or will it was banned out in that second phase, in that second game, in that second phase. Seems like now Lemon will rock the Novaria. GeekFam with this response here with the additional hero that is long range burst poke type hero.
Wait.
What should they add here, right? A hero for Niall and as well as a boy.
This can be crazy, by the way, but
Magic damage?
we haven't seen the Lolita at all. Novaria Irithel, 2 heroes that can be bounced back with Guardian's Bulwark. The Lancelot signature pick for Niall. Now it comes down to if we're going to see a mage or if we're going to see a roamer for GeekFam. My personal opinion, I'd love to see a boy on some damage dealing heroes.
Yeah.
Lilia is the choice, a better mid control, but better range for RRQ. Same problem lies, just like in game number 1.
Let's see here, RRQ with the last pick here, Arashi. What do you think? They have crowd control already. They have a damage EXP. Do they need a really tanky frontliner, or a Franco is already good?
I think disengage, kind of. There's only one real engage tool on the side of GeekFam. It's only Terizla. If they can split push, if they can stop the initial engage, GeekFam will come up short in ways to really catch any member off guard. With the heavy spin already ready here, something that can be used to both engage and disengage will be fatal. It's gonna be the Minotaur.
The Minotaur will switch sides, ladies
so
and
good.
gentlemen.
Yikes.
A very good support, a very good presence that RRQ needs in their composition. Wow, it's looking like a very scary composition here that has been established by the side of Kings of Kings. Ladies and gentlemen, again, RRQ match point. Geek Fam, they need to win this game to prolong the series, but this is it. The 10 heroes that will enter the Land of Dawn. Who will take it? Is it gonna be RRQ or, well, Geek Fam?
Whoa, passing through each portal to get into the Land of Dawn. Arashi, Gani, one last hope for Geek Fam. They want to stay in the upper brackets. It's time.
It's time! Match point for RRQ. Can Geek Fam handle the pressure? Land of Dawn, here we go!
Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. The crowd control of RRQ or the damage of Geek Fam. With only Tarizla, it's going to be a bit more predictable. Can RRQ get a dominant end to this insane just subversion of expectations?
Remember the keys to victory. It's Angeloy, not Anjoy. So it's Angela on Beloy, not a boy. That's the secure win. If Geek Fam can't win it on the secure win hero, it's going to leave a big, lasting blow to their mental.
Wonder how Naomi's going to perform on his Minotaur, though. We've seen it before, I believe, but it really wasn't as flashy. He's going with the Wilderness Blessing as well as the Angela and the Lilia, actually. Everybody wants to be around the map. Mobility is the name of the game.
Okay, first minute here has elapsed. Seems like no first blood, no crazy rotations, no crazy invades. But again, here Nile opts for an MP Rage, though Lancelot nowadays can build hybrid. Tanky, but again, one endless battle, or even a War Axe can be enough. Let's see though, how will it transpose? Nile, cancelled. Naomi finding the gold grab in the mid lane.
Flicker out, Fersik looking for it, but it's also a flicker from Lemon. Two flickers from both mid laners, Geek Fam and RRQ.
Lemon, though, he can do his work from afar. Same can be said for a boy.
Ooh.
And with the turtle spawning in 14, the gold laners definitely won't be in the picture. And Skylar actually ain't doing so hot.
Okay,
Remember who Marky is, guys? He's the guy who mentored Kelra. One of the best in the business. In my opinion, individually, the greatest of all time. And Marky mentored that man. He knows a thing or two about gold laning as well.
see here the setup again. Naomi not level 4. No minute 3. Dyron now even finally gets a BDF, but very low.
Luke dealing a lot of damage, forcing an offensive Black Dragon form. Yes, folks, that's a DBDF. RQ, Versick on this turtle. Luke dealing a lot of damage, forcing a heavy spin early. Beloyski's tying him up, forcing Versick out, and it's a free turtle over to Geek Fam through their winning lanes. Through Angeloy.
Man, he just walked up and just kept going with the healing waves, damaging and healing at the same time. In the early game, it's definitely an obnoxious amount of healing for RRQ. Similar to game number 2, have to take it slow. And they don't really go for the fight though, because in a way, that's a bit of a good adjustment. Exact same talent predictions though.
You don't change.
Consistency.
You don't change. Consistency indeed. You can see you're 3 minutes in. Okay, now you're looking for the... Ooh. Gets it.
And he gets it. But now Versick is walking him down. That's some good damage. But there's always Angeloy. When you think you're low, you can look up to the skies and see Angeloy.
Assassin with the Angela. It's a combination we haven't seen as often, but it's definitely still a big problem. Versick is still dealing with it, and he will be able to get the lethal here. Now they're moving their focus down to the gold lane. Of course, Skylar needs to win the lane, by the way, for RRQ's game plan to work as intended.
You can see here, both teams rather slow-paced, stabilizing as well. Geek Fam and RRQ here. No first blood just yet. So it seems like both teams rather here playing it carefully here. Do not want to go for the crazy pick-offs just yet. And if we're talking about the gold laners, Marky and Skylar, A-OK on the farm department.
There's just a difference right now from the Claude we see now compared to the Claude we see before. Versick, wow. Look at this chunk, look at this damage.
Wow.
Angeloy. again with a few good hits. But speaking of that lane in the bottom lane, you're no longer able to use that Blazing Duet to clear out. You're mainly using it to poke or to all in, which is what Marky can do now. He farms usually just with skill 1 and basic attacks. That's the change in Claude.
And this combo though, Angela and Lilia get slowed, get tied up, get destroyed. A boy going aggressive right here.
Which is surprising, right? I mean, Minotaur, a hero that is just very short range, melee, going up against an Angela and Lilia. Let's see though, turtle take.
Penalty zone hit, but it is going to be Dyron getting out. Now the heavy spin locks them down, and he finds the retreat, but Naomi loses his life. But the Minion's Fury popped in, it doesn't matter. The hard guard is there. Niall gets taken now by the passive burning and ticking, but Dyron loses his life to a boy.
It's a 2-for-1. The turtle again taken by RRQ, so technically gets a 3-for-1, but okay, the orange buff almost. Yeah, Maloyski, such a nuisance, but who won that trade, Arashi?
Wait.
Okay, there's a flicker.
The snipe! Boom!
Hey!
All the way from half court, it's Lemon with a shot down on Angelo.
Overall, man, I think it's worth it for RRQ. They waited for the second objective. Now they have a bit more items, a bit more levels to play around with, and the Angela obnoxious early game has fallen off quite a bit. But Lemon, though, needs to be careful. A boy will be that aggressive laner that tries to solo kill you.
This is why a boy is such a very, very strong mid laner. His poke damage, he knows his Lilia, and he knows his potential on that hero. And again, the poking damage, the burst that he can provide already forced Lemon to burn the spell. A purple buff invade might happen here, and then there you go. Lancelot already moving towards that side, but bottom lane, it's a 3v2. They will die.
Ooh, good knockup. Marky forced back on that battle mirror image. Even the black shoes used up. Skylar gets chunked though. Down super low, only with the help of a little bit of healing from Naomi's kit. Audience prediction, it's down to a single digit. Ladies and gentlemen, presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A34 8545G, 92-8.
That's the concern later on for Geek Fam. If they're trying to dive towards Lemon and Skylar, there's just so much protection. As long as RRQ don't overextend, considering it's their last game, potentially, that is the concern, right? Will they get overhyped? Will they overchase? And that will be when the healing, the slows, the backwards fighting from Geek Fam with the Lilia and the Angela, and Claude technically, can be devastating against RRQ.
6 minutes, 7 minutes. Oh my god! Skylar hit and run, and Marquis popped the Blazing Duets a little too late there, as Skylar was able to get out.
That's a heavy spin, locking Niall as well. He's able to use the Thorn Rose to evade for a bit, but Minion's Fury had to petrify everything.
Oh,
what? But it's still a boy who finds it. Now, with the black shoes getting out, the flicker as well. Luke still in the midst of it all. Naomi taken low. Now going at it onto Ferriston with a hard guard. He can continue to go forward. That's an Astral Sphere not connecting, but the Panda has been hammered down and splashed by some damage from Baloy.
Goodness. Geek Fam, man, they are stepping off the gas, and first it gets taken out. Even the mid structure here. Geek Fam.
Baloy?
Oh, almost. But Marky already got the golden staff here, Arashi. Even though technically, structure-wise in that bottom lane, Marky lost that lane. But I feel like he's active now.
He's active, but he is still losing on gold. It's to be expected from the Irrital in the hands of Skylar. But with the turret down, now Marky won't have as much space to work with. Although without the mid turret available for RRQ, this means that there is less safe areas for them to walk away from. More distance that Geek Fam can chase down and constantly slow with the Lilia, with the Angela as well. So they need to be a bit more careful, especially if they're contesting anywhere near that mid lane.
That's a good timer, by the way. To get the golden staff, 8 minutes in. Marky's doing a pretty good job on this hero that has fallen in priority quite hard in MPL Indonesia. Meanwhile, up top, wow, Niall dealing quite a bit of damage onto Dyron, forcing him back and giving Marky some more space to climb up. His next item should be, if it's safe, Wind of Nature, and he wants to go for more damage, Corrosion Scythe, Penetration, Melfic Roar. Very, very dynamic build.
Oh, what?
Boom. Lemon.
Almost. And again here now, jumps in. But it seems like, again, Geek Fam here, what are they trying to do? It seems like they are trying to have more control in the mid. Because of course they have taken that structure in the mid lane, so they will definitely play around that area more. Meanwhile, RRQ, they're still waiting on Skylar. That's it. That's about it.
Well, RRQ now, they are a lot more one-dimensional. Earlier there was a Sicilian, but now it's all Skylar.
They're going in, they're tying him up, but Beloy is forced to flicker out and Skylar gets out. Meanwhile, Lemon is sent to help his gold laner. Skylar with a sprint already used, but a flicker and purify has been used up by Geek Fam, and again, no hard guard.
The patience.
Yeah, the patience. It's going to be the key here, entering the first Lord Arashi. And can Geek Fam go for this contest? He has it. Well, Nile has that RX and Thunderbelt on his way towards the Guardian helmet. So still tanky items here prioritized by Nile. But, top lane. What's the top lane looking like? Hey, Skylar, minute 10, already given the orange buff.
Marky has the Blazing Duet again. Meanwhile, Skylar, the heavy crossbow still on cooldown. Nile picks up the purple, gets out with the puncture. Versick on to Luke. He's, clean maneuver.
Happy feet.
Fancy feet. Oh my god, Luke.
Well, taking a lot of damage, but it's a bit of a weird situation here. RRQ are the ones dictating. Geek Fam are the ones with more maneuverability, and they go for Skylar!
Oh my god, Marky! With a Blazing Duet! Finds Skylar again, no sprint! And it helped this time. A boy's able to chunk Naomi. Wait, he might be going for more under the turret. Naomi and Lemon forced back entirely. Beloy in the front, Dyron moving forward. Beloy getting some healing as Niall has rotated over to help his roamer. Beloy able to escape for now. That's a BDF used up, the Black Dragon form. Versick has a heavy spin. It'll come down to this. Now, Beloy going to be targeted down on the back line by Dyron. Versick goes in very low. Defensive execution and a retreat from Niall. 2 for 1. Geek Fam strikes back. Marquez takes Lemon down. The savior, the solution for Geek.
The solution indeed, and Geek Fam, they don't stop there. RRQ, they're in shambles right now. Oh my lord, Arashi, walk us through what happened and take a look at the momentum that Geek Fam has right now. It is unstoppable.
That's crazy. They have the lead in the setups. They had the better lead in the damage output as well. We said that RRQ, they have a lot more crowd control, but Geek Fam have a lot more AoE to work with. With the Claude and with the Lilia, it's a lot of damage being thrown around. And compared to the Lilia, Lemon cannot output the damage as decisively. So now they're losing in an all-in situation. Now, they're the ones that need to try and find a pickoff or find some poke damage before the real fight even begins. Because otherwise, Geek Fam will just win by default.
The super sub is looking very scary here for the Kings of Kings. Can they pull this off? Base turret 1 falls. No, but both teams here not yet pull the trigger.
Not yet. That's some good damage on Marky though. That might be the sign to pull the trigger. There's a wave down below. There's also some healing from Beloy. Gets Marky back to a quarter of his HP. The Astral Echo connects onto 5 and Nile. Now jumps in with a puncture onto Skylar. Dealing a lot of damage onto the back. My God! What the hell? Now locked down with a heavy spin. Niall brought back to the team. He should be fine. He should be good with the recalls. That's style. That's class. He found Skylar. The spearhead of RRQ. Luke with the penalty zone. Marky with the Blazing Duet. Now Naomi. Minus Fury. Defensive. Niall moves forward. The base wide open. Marky on it right now. That's a Black Dragon form. Petrifying Marky. But Geek, they found the solution. A convincing win at match point.
There will be no clean sweep tonight. Geek Fam, they were able to show some class, and take a look at the man on your screen. The duo from PH, Marky, the super sub. He finds the solution in that game, and RRQ, they have no answer for Mr. Marky.
Man, what was that? Now we're just completely on fire.
Here, Brody, no Purify. Beatrix, no Purify. Ixia, usually with a flicker. I don't know if you want to try.
Carry is a bad answer. It can't be.
The carry could be an answer, you're right. I mean, against this though,
Yeah.
It's a bit scary, but they do it anyways. They go for it. And a Paquito for Luke.
Okay, I expect a Purify from
They
the
need that
Faramis
Purify.
and the carry. Right, Rafaela can rock the flicker. Don't mind if the Way of Dragon is the recipient of that Way of Dragon. But RRQ here to complete their draft. What do they need here, Mr. Arashi?
I think they have enough front line technically, good crowd control. I am quite confused. Are they going to go for a bit more poke, a bit more burst damage, right? If they want to go for pickoffs, they require that. And if they want to go for an all-in in the team fights, damage is required. So, in a funny twist, the Lilia maybe?
Kagura?
Could be the Yeeve maybe? The Kagura? I don't know, man. That's a bit too YOLO, I think. But
YOLO?
RRQ, you never know.
Well, technically, it's not YOLO for RRQ. If they lose one game, they can still have game 3. And to go forward, a Sicilian
again.
Good range against the carry. That's what worked against the Bruno. Shorter range for the carry, so that's the same solution for RRQ. But this time, it's Marky on the carry.
Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, and take a look at the draft. And oh, okay, crowd control-wise, favors the side of GeekFam, but not by much though. Only, what, 6%?
Not by too much. I think the utility, the survivability is where GeekFam has a huge edge. And now, 11 with the Sicilian, earlier against a Martis, against a Bruno and Lapu, manageable. Against a Paquito Frederick, you know, and a Kai, a lot more dangerous in my opinion. We'll see if the alien can slip out of those tough situations once more.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see here, potentially the last game of the series. Will it be Geek? Will it be RRQ to clean and take the win? Let's say GeekFam and RRQ Land of Dawn, here we go!
Hashtag we own this. And man, are both these teams just owning the situation? Looking at the battle spells though, that's a sprint for Skylar, trying to kite away from Luke for sure. But the question remains, for a macro situation, GeekFam has so much more to work with.
Beloyski's doing a good job right now, but Thorn Rose comes in, Beloy flickers out. A lot of impure rages this game, by the way. Both of them are angry. They're full of rage.
Very, very, very risky move there by Beloyski. No flicker now for the first turtle, but Lethal Wanderer battle. Let's see who will grab it. Niall calmly with the retribution finds the lethal.
I do wonder in the late game, Faramis or Sicilian, because they do very different things. In the early game though, you can see a boy abusing the, what do you call it, like the simplicity of the kit for the Faramis, and later on the timing on the Netherrealm will be important. And with everyone moving downstairs, it's surprising to see Skylar just not backing away.
One of the best Faramis users, if not tied for the best with Sans in MPL Indonesia, a boy. This guy's very underrated, especially when he gets his picks like this. You really got to be watching out for him. And for now, both these teams are just playing it very passive at the start.
Yeah, 140. Oh, good pull. Okay. First thing manages to find more space, but it seems like no first blood here for the first 2 minutes. And makes sense, right?
Yeah. When Beloy almost gave it up, but that's a very Beloy thing. In the gold lane though, with the attention being brought to the mid lane, to the other side of the map, the 1v1 is going to be a bit tough on Marky. Unless, again, the solution just has knowledge of something that we don't.
Some good damage there onto Lemon by a knockout strike from Luke. Naomi's looking for a position, but it doesn't have level 4 yet, so it means that Beloy will have a significant advantage here in the level 3 battle. Compared to the Cho, he needs that Way the Dragon before anything can really be made of use here for RRQ, and that means free neutral objective, free turtle, over to GeekFam.
No contest, no compensation whatsoever here from side of RRQ, but they are eyeing that gold lane. They're trying to occupy it, but take a look at the response here from side of GeekFam already. Oh, good Way of Dragon.
Oh, a boy getting hit back. That's Beloy with the Holy Baptism. Stunning Skylar and Naomi, stopping from any sort of engage to go further than just a bit of damage.
Whoa, yeah, we talked about the purifies here, right? From the side of Marky, but no, he is still confident, rocking that flicker. Ooh, good pull.
He's low, but he gets out with a puncture. Brilliantly done by Fersic. Meanwhile, you can see the Dragon Warrior Make it across all the way.
Whoa.
Ooh. 2 big punches, but only one connected. Thursik was able to bob and weave away from it. Penalty zone connecting on the 2 members. Luke able to dodge away towards the back. Nile with retribution. Meanwhile, a boy taken very low. Lemon's chasing with a bad feed. It's been Nile. Heavy spin. That's a flicker from Lemon, but he gets pinned down. Brought back to a boy. Phantom execution onto the back, but Nile shows that even on a tank, he's also an assassin. Takes good care of Lemon. Thursik runs away. Luke with a sprint. They dive deep. It's a knockout strike. Not the name of the skill, just a knockout.
Both mid laners fall, but GeekFam finds a bonus. Thursik taken out. Sure, nothing really objectively on the board, but that was a huge trade here for the side of our GeekFam.
Seems like RRQ, they're just a lot more hesitant right here, and GeekFam, they're taking full advantage of it. With the tankier frontliners, with more utility, it feels like that's the name of the game for them. Make sure that you make your opponents guess whether or not they can go for this play, right? Because of a Netherrealm, because of a hard guard, and when they're hesitating, you capitalize. So far, it's working pretty good, unless later on Naomi can do something.
Oh, GeekFam and RRQ, 2-1, nothing much here, but that shows here in the bottom lane. Oh, good catch.
Good catch on the loin, that's a kill back, but look at now! Bring Skylar back all the way! Marky picks up the scraps, and that's a kill over to Geek Roamer for gold.
Only on Mobile Legends where a panda is more threatening than a lion.
Marky dashing forward finds the kill. That's a double, and now Lemon solo killed again. The Dragon Warrior finds another.
Kyle, so active around the map. Thursik though finds compensation. That's about it. RRQ finds a, oh my god, they might even commit a kill here onto a Siren.
That's a jab. On forward, they can dive this. A boy is looking for it. No penalty zone for Dyron. That's a tank from Beloy, and a boy takes it. The Beloy boy combo.
Holy moly. GeekFam and RRQ, they're rocking it. Wave Dragon.
Oh.
Good juke with the flicker.
Man, there's so much more proactivity from GeekFam right here, turning up the heat at every turn. It's just so difficult for RRQ to keep up for now, but man, once again, Skylar.
Nile again, Skylar pinned down. Marky with a kill back. That's a conceal, that's a flicker. Marky gets out of a dangerous spot.
They're just always one step behind at every single turn. There's so many playmakers, Luke, a boy, Nile. Everyone's making plays all over the place. RRQ, they're just stuck waiting for a chance to just fight together, especially with Lemon not really stacking right up, even missing some bad impact with Beloyski.
You know what they say, it ain't a Beloy game without 2 deaths.
Just 2?
Yesterday we saw a very rare sighting then, yeah?
Oh my god.
0 deaths. Oh, Carry? Oh
Carry's kind of scary. A boy, Stampede, and the Netherrealm.
Okay, let's see here. 1,500 gold lead. The inner top lane is exposed, seems like. No members from the side of RQ is on towards, moving towards that lane. Yeah, it's very free, almost wide open. It seems like, yeah, RQ, their inner will stand still.
Are they just trying to trade it out? They're going for the bottom side turret here. It might even be denied though. Look at Nile, always menacing in the back, going for it.
You can't use that way, the Dragon. That heavy spin is a build, Imperial Fire again! Nile! It's a personal issue against Skylar. Darren jumps forward, but Marky picks up the kill. Naomi way the Dragon, but Lemon, no mana! No mana on Lemon! They can turn it around! Stampede bring it back, Marky free hitting again! Finding the kill! That's a triple! But also, Thursik picks up a few. A shutdown, Luke now jumps forward. Thursik phantom execution. GeekFam with a W.
Oh my god, a mission abort. RRQ, they're in trouble. GeekFam, what a play, what a way to execute that play.
I must say that Skylar though, in the beginning of the execution, it's great that Nile was able to flank, but he got stuck in the crevice for the gold buff, by the way. I think that contributed to his death. He was just so over-concerned with where Nile was, he wasn't moving properly, and you can't do that against GeekFam, man. And of course, they need to be careful because they need mana on Lemon.
They really do. So unfortunate that the mana was not there for Lemon. Then the Wave Dragon was a non-factor, particularly
oh my god!
lane.
Skylar's isolated. It's over for him. He's going to die to a push. Oh! Skylar gets out! Penalty zone right now. It's a rescue for the team, and the boy finds it in the back. It's a 3-man Sanguine Claws taking Luke down. But now it's Marky! Again! Free hitting in the back. Tyron dealing a lot of damage. Marky stepping forward, finding some damage on the Tyron. Not enough to take him down just yet with the baptism. Blocks Bersic down! Fade away! Kill from Marky. A shutdown. Just for a roamer. Another big shot to the back, sending Lemon and Tyron, the demon lineup back.
Boom, bang, bada bing. Geek Fam finds a huge win again. And RRQ, they lost 3 members a minute to the Lord. And take a look at the gold lead now. Geek Fam established Arashi. 9 minutes and 4,000. It's not the end of the world for RRQ. But then again, it's such a strong, convincing lead that they have established.
RRQ right now just lack damage. Again and again, they're able to actually take out Geek Fam, but only once. With the Netherrealm in play, it's just almost impossible right here. And you are competing in damage against a carry. And not just any carry, an 8-2 carry.
You can call it a scary carry.
An Ocho carry.
What scary carry?
Where did you get that word from, Arashi?
8? It's 8. Oh, okay. But it will be 9 too, no?
Another win. That was 50-50.
Man, Naomi right here, you have to really wonder what his job is. Is it trying to protect the rest of the members? Is it to do AoE crowd control, go for pickoffs? Because RRQ, in an attempt to be a bit more flexible, he doesn't really have the greatest composition to do anything, right? They don't have any burst damage to help out with the pickoff potential. The AoE is limited because Naomi is on a throw, and there's survivability as well. Not anywhere close to Geek Fam.
Oh, they're chasing Bersic. Good punctures all around, buying some time. Phantom Execution to the back, dodging away from the Holy Baptism. A big resource use. Marky, pop that ult. That's a sign. That's a green sign. A boy gets kicked back right now. What a damage. A boy able to flicker around. Pops in the Netherrealm. Bersic in the midst of it all. Niall pinning Tyron down. He's very low. Marky gets it. He dodges away from the PZ. And in the back, Niall in a 1v1. Skylar taking low. Luke going to be knocked up by the Jikunda, but still is able to survive. A good bad impact onto Beloy. Bersic, puncture. Luke jumps in. Knockout strike, knocking him up. Forcing him back. Sanguine Claws bringing a boy back. Luke is looking for a re-initiation. They want to go for this. The Holy Healing grants him in that movement speed. But the Phantom Execution will be used defensively, and Geek Fam will take a free. Lord.
What a coordination again.
Wow.
The unity with Marky in the fray, Arashi. Geek Fam just moves like a unit.
Say it together. The Geek Fam unity.
Oh my god. Shout out to all the Famunities out there. Chefin in the building as well. 7,000 gold lead itemization, Arashi. What is up?
Beloyski went for the Enchanted Talisman, so he's gonna be a lot more obnoxious in moving around the map and denying Bersic using the Holy Baptism. And of course, Marky is just well built when it comes to those items, man. He's gonna shred everyone and anyone. And RRQ have no solution to try and stop him. Maybe zone him with Lemon and the bad impacts like he did to Chidera, but that is easier said than done.
A few bad impacts. Heading Nile! Brings Tyron back, but it's a flicker backwards. No turret taken. Just a flicker. Burnt. RRQ defend very, very well.
Game 2, similar situation. RRQ down 10,000 gold. Oh, Bersic caught. Okay, good puncture. RRQ, they were down 7,000 gold, but Luke, my goodness.
Jumps in, that's a penalty zone to the front, but now he's gonna be melted down by Marky. Just one more hit and Luke picks the kill up. Sends a crying emoji. Bersic with a puncture. Cancelled out. Phantom Execution. No! You can't go for it. It's a double for Luke. Jikundo by Naomi. Luke now marching forward. Sanguine Claws connecting. Luke getting brought back to the team, and the boy brings Skylar back to the team with the Shadow Stampede. So able to escape with a good sprint. 4v3. Sanguine Claws connecting. Below the flicker forward. Holy Baptism connecting, but Lemon now has no mana. Gets knocked up. Marky is focused. He's determined, and he is the solution. Toe-to-toe, we're getting a game 5!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game 5! Geek Fam, they were down 0-2. The super sub is still the difference maker.
Super sub is out of control. RRQ, they can't find anything. no pickoffs, no team fight.
The side of Skyler here, what will he pick up after 4 games on an Irithel? There you go, the answer here. Bruno Niggy.
That's a great final pick for RRQ, a phenomenal one. Geek's composition relies heavily on the CC to pick off or to even win out a neutral objective contest. That Akai, that Ruby is going to find itself in a tough spot, and Geek Fam, their final pick in the XP. It's got to be a big one. Khalid,
Probably.
no stun.
But then again, it will overwhelm that
Strong
time
laning.
journey. I think they should overwhelm.
They're going for the
time
U-turn
journey.
hovering over it to try to overwhelm. Same thing, Petri.
Yeah.
Well, they need strong laning here to try and make that macro presence work. Because otherwise, you said it yourself, Mirko, the Akai's weakness is also poke, something that Digi provides very, very well. Gonna be the Ytshorts, so team fight and zoning from the Black Dragon form. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of utility this time from the side of Geek Fam. Okay, instead of RRQ. And in the EXP lane, the Terizla. Tyron needs to really step up here and really win it out and try and get that macro pressure.
I mean, according to Draft Index, the 3 categories that were shown up, it has favored the side of Geek Fam. So let's see here, with the lower amount of percentages, can RRQ pull this game off?
Let's see if they can. It's going to be a very tough battle for both these teams, but I will say this, it does seem like with the 2 wins in a row, Geek Fam have the momentum. So it's RRQ, who are now having to fight an uphill battle.
Ladies and gentlemen, best of 5, game 5, RRQ and Geek. They will go at it. Who will take the upper bracket spot and who will fall?
5 seconds.
It's time! Game 5, Land of Dawn, here we go!
Final closer for this insane match. We'll have to see what comes out on top. Utility or aggression with movement speed. Is it the crowd control immunity or the Nether Realm? Looking at the jungles right here, we'll have to see if Nile can find the same kind of success.
In the start, it's this start. A boy sent to the bottom lane, and for RRQ, it's more about finding a win for Skyler. The Diggy sent up top, and it's Naomi. It's Lemon on Edith. It's not what we're used to seeing.
Oh,
Purify.
Skyler. Oh my god.
Wait! First blood, this might be it! Marky gets it! A disaster in the start for RRQ. A Purify as well. Naomi is low. He gets taken very, very low. But let's talk about this. Diggy for Naomi. Lemon on Edith.
It sure is different, but the Edith will have some wave clear. And we've seen Lemon play the Edith a lot, actually, during his stint as the EXP laner for the team. But man, the first blood taken by Geek Fam, taking out Skylar of all people, in a super strong lane, allegedly.
Here it is. Mortal Coil Flicker comboed in. Nile with a heavy spin. Brace bursting all the way back. It's a punish. 2 kills in the start for the Geeks.
Oh my goodness, what a start here for the side of Geek Fam. 2 kills, they have controlled the situation in the early. Before Turtle with Akai, you should grab the newt quite fairly easily. So let's see, with that Turtle favoring the side of Geek Fam, they should have the clear snowball.
And again, in the mid lane, this is something that I honestly do want to talk about. Wait a minute. Down below, that's a Stampede that brings Diamond back into Fury's Dive, but that's another realm helping him out. Black Dragon form getting out of the decimation, and Nile comes back in. Final proc, the Mortal Coil. Now Fairsafe is going to be able to jump back in forward. Lemon with Earth Shatter Flicker, but Nile with the damage, and I'm offended. Hook step back in, and a heavy spin pins Lemon down. Geek Fam, that's an Earth Shatter, but it's an Earth Shatter in vain. Geek Fam with another win.
Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And again, first Turtle here, already Geek Fam with that trade won by their side. It's gonna be a free Turtle, but taking the top side here, Skyler chunking the Grill Shield turret to almost full HP.
That's the question here. RRQ put 2 members on top, trying to make sure that Skylar has a dominant laning phase. Not working so far, by the way, behind 1 level from Marky. But after doing all that, they go for the fight on the bottom side with a man disadvantage.
Ooh.
And man, Lemon does not seem on point just yet right here. We'll have to see if he can shake off the cobwebs and get in prime form because he needs it, man. The crowd control that he provides here for the team is just so critical in getting success.
It's not a good start for the Martis, man. 0-2. Usually on the Martis, that's what makes him such a risky pick. You need to get ahead in the early stage, whether it's from farming or kills, and he has neither on Nile right now.
GeekFam, great control, but I must say here, Arashi, it's still comebackable.
It is absolutely comebackable. I mean, at 4 minutes, rarely do games get decided this early, but what is decided very early is the talent's predictions, man.
It's been the same all around the entire series. You can call it a curse, you can call it a blessing.
Huh. Interesting, you would say that, Mirko. But yes, love to see, man, because Nile expect him to heavy spin quite soon.
And Lemon brought back, knocked up, and taken out again. Overstepping in the mid lane as quite a mobile player with no flicker. GeekFam taking full control of the early game. That was Marky, who's able to dish out some damage, wins out in the trade, and RQ have sent 3 members up top.
See here, GeekFam, they're defending the top lane well, but RQ, they're still trying to really occupy that top lane area. But it seems like, take a look at Faramis here, already rotating towards the top side. But again, even with a man up, RRQ, they are quite hesitant to pull the trigger.
Nile knocking up Lemon. They're fully targeting Lemon right now with a full stack down as well. That's a primal wrap, but it gets brought back to the team. He's still able to survive. Black Dragon Form going to be used up, and I'm offended. Connecting onto 3, but now the time journey has saved them. Below, in the midst of it all, that's a heavy spin, disengaging. Marky still free hitting, but Dyron is putting his hammer onto Marky, who's still trying to cut away. Now in the pin, Dyron gets a big hammer in. Now Skylar free hitting, Beloy gets taken out. Skylar finds a moment. Versick is low, Lemon as well. He's looking for an onward, as Skylar has no mana. He needs to keep the balls here from getting reset. Earth Shatter, a boy moved forward!
Oh!
Gets a big smack in, Nile doesn't win it! When he gets a kill back, Versick secures the turtle. And it's all but even again in gold.
Holy moly! Oh, what? A boy finds the kill. GeekFam and RQ, they're really going at it from the early. Different story from the previous games we saw, Arashi. It seems like, take a look, 5 minutes in, 9-5. That's total of 14.
It was such a back and forth fight there. GeekFam, they was down to the wire, but they barely lost out. But showing again that if they feel that there's a winning potential there, they'd have no issue taking that risk, dude. Maybe they picked up something from Dewa United in their match, but a boy went in again and actually secured the kills. Unfortunately, not the turtle. That was the deciding factor. I think overall, it's still even for both teams, but looking at the late game possibilities, I think once again, I do put some favor towards RRQ here, with the Edith being a secondary damage dealer.
It's all about Edith surviving, I would say, right? Oh, mid lane, a boy. Still has that Nether Realm now. Getting chunked quite low. Lemon already using a primal wrap, but now gets bursted down. He's still able to survive for quite a bit. Finally, though, the shots from the crossbow gets him. Flicker forward. Don't run, Wolf King.
Holy.
A big swap and a dragon tail by Luke. And that's a kill over again. 2-0 this time for the Geeks.
Jeez, 2 kills again. And with those 2 kills, GeekFam, they established 1,000 gold lead now 7 minutes in. And let's see here, Skylar, he got 2 kills, taken down once, but on the other, same stat for the gold laners. What?
If you're able to match Skylar, RRQ are in trouble.
They usually start crumbling once Skylar gets to meet his match. And even with a Diggy right now, that is what's concerning right here. He should be snowballing. He should be having a great time. But man, look at GeekFam and how they are playing with what do you call it? With a goal in mind, right? They move together as a unit with something to try and get something. RRQ, it seems like they're improvising halfway.
Ooh, okay. Let's see here, the setup, RRQ, they have covered more ground here in the turtle area. Nile is an Akai.
Lemon with onward and the Earth Shatter, but he now is going to be helped up in the penalty zone. That's a heavy spin to the back right now. Naomi forced to use the time journey early. Luke's still in the back, just zoning them away, and a boy finds a kill onto Lemon.
The turtle.
Retry battle 50-50. Nile versus Versick, and it's Versick who finds it. He may be 0-4. Nile Wow! Dashing forward, but now he might be punished. Those are some big shots from Skyler. And a big execute from the Decimate of Versick.
Oh, Niall, he overcommits. And GeekFam, they were low-key punished. Sure, they lost the turtle. They got Lemon, but take a look at the snowball effect. The top lane structure will fall here. Item-wise, Arashi, what's up?
Seems like Lemon is building full tank right here. And you have to wonder, is this what the idea is? Double roam technically. Lemon isn't a quote-unquote damage dealer. He is the secondary roamer. So he does not mind going in aggressively, getting traded to ensure that his team finds success. It could be the curveball they're trying to throw right here, but GeekFam can adjust to this, and considering they have 2 Purifiers, it's still a very difficult time to try and find anyone from GeekFam.
8 minutes, 9 minutes even, and it seems like it's still an even battle as they look to trade the inner here, top and bottom. But no, yeah, RRQ here taking their time. Dyron defending the top lane. And looking at the rotations, right? Marky now.
Dyron's going to be caught. Penalty zone connecting onto Marky, but a Petrify in the Furious Dive will lock him down for Marky to pick up a free kill. Lemon is in the vicinity. Earth Shatter, that's a Black Dragon form and onward. Locking on only to the Roamer, who still has the Flicker. This 1 Decimate should be enough, but now it's another Realm to save GeekFam, to save Beloyski. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Niall just gets a few good hits on the minions, clears it out, shoves it back in to the tier 1.
That should be information though for RRQ still, that Marquis Purify is still on cooldown because he popped that earlier. So let's see here, with that info, can RRQ utilize and engage perhaps on towards Marquis? Now, GeekFam, they still have a favor, like it's on their side to grab the nuke, but they're more scattered here formation-wise.
They seem to have the waves pushed in, but they are waiting for the same situation, right? Now, with more threats available, Niall needs to be a bit more careful, and the boy is forced to use his Purify so early. But to see if Dyron can land a big penalty zone. He hasn't been backing away a single time. Not a single DPZ so far. But look at the top side. A trap is being sprung by GeekFam, but RRQ, they are not biting on it.
Skyler's just staying objective, going to the mid lane. Meanwhile, that's a conceal. I don't think RRQ know what Geek are doing. That's a Black Dragon from to the back right now. Beloyski's looking for a moment to go in, but the time journey is right there. Look at the Furious Dive defensively. The fight is split, and Versick finds a Decimate to secure 1. Now he's looking for another. Beloyski is in there, and Skyler gets another. Niall, does he secure it? It's Marky who does, but Versick is going in ham! Skyler gets a double! RRQ gets 4!
What the heck happened? What a disengage by RRQ. They saw that GeekFam, they're clumping in. Can they end?
3 seconds. 3 seconds on Luke.
3 seconds on Luke. 5 seconds on Malloy. Lord spawning. But we forgot completely about the turret, the base turret passive that has sprung out now in the mid lane to clear out the wave. RRQ, they have the game in their hands, in their grasp with a gold lead. And that Lord by GeekFam, will they be able to use it?
That was a great attempt by GeekFam, man. It could have really worked in their favor. Unfortunately, the first person they ran into was Dyron, and then it was Naomi. And with the protection, it was just a bit too much. And look at the bottom wave.
Time journey. Yeah, bait it out.
That's a big resource. And guess what? GeekFam are still on the offense. Remember, that's a lore that hasn't been cleared out. No time journey means that RRQ will have no chance at winning a team fight for the next few seconds. RRQ needs to just buy into time. Lemon taken low. Beloyski moving forward, getting as the frontliner some space for the backline. Reverse time, bringing it back. Lemon now with the Earth Shadow Flicker combo with Dyron in the penalty zone. But no time journey. Skyler gets brought back to the team. Marky's low. Skyler pinned down and taken out. 2 for 2. A boy looking for some damage. Petrified to the back. Naomi taken low. Now with Furious Dive. One more hit should do it. But Versick saves the Kingdom's Falcon.
Oh my goodness, GeekFam and RRQ, they're going at it. Arashi, GeekFam now claims the base turret, and with the offense here, Skyler, earlier the Purify was on cooldown. Even with the Purify, I feel like he will be taken down. And now, GeekFam, they're eyeing for that mid.
I don't think they're able to get it, man. I think both teams, they're just going very aggressively here. No one is willing to back down, even when the things look kind of sketchy. RRQ though, once again, they entered that fight separately. I believe one or two members of RRQ joined the fight at the later stages. If they were there in the beginning, it's a completely different story. So RRQ, knowing now that they can win fights, need to plan around that. Set up the waves, set up the positioning to ensure that it's a 5v5. And if everything goes well, Skylar has shown that he has carried and he has absolutely caught up here. Level 15, Marky 1 level below.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are minute 13 at game 5. Take a look at total kills here. 12 to 15, and this is what happened here. Arashi, you can see Lemon opening up. Skylar though. Purify was almost on cooldown, almost active. Oh my goodness, what a shutdown, what a trade. At the end of the day, it will be GeekFam claiming the base turret. Oh my goodness.
Thought it was a fight here. Skylar gets splashed by some damage. A question over to Arashi before this fight starts. Who has more power at this stage of the game? Who's stronger?
I think it's RRQ. Lemon is a lot tankier now. He just got the Athenas as well. He'll be able to be a secondary damage dealer. And we saw that for GeekFam. It's a lot of damage to try and deal with, right? Both magical and physical. This was the Edith pick. They were so desperate to get first picking it with their turn to be the first pickers. With the wave pushing the bot side, RRQ has a lot to work with right here. I think Beloyski will go for another conceal play, but with all the alarm bombs around, it's so difficult.
Oh no. Shadow Stampede bringing Lemon back. That's some good chunk of damage. What? Primal Wrath already at the start. That's a big resource, but it does bait out another realm. Two big resources used up. Primal Wrath and Nether Realm. Which one's more important? You decide. RRQ backing away. Meanwhile, below in the mid lane now jumping on forward to try to find an opening, but he will not be able to find it just yet. Both teams looking for the Lord. 14,000 HP, down to a quarter. A boy. Shadow Stampede, a good splash of damage. Once more, it's a penalty zone, dodge away from. Nile actually moves forward on that. Heavy spin coming down. Time Journey still ready! Marty! Steals the Lord for GeekFam!
The Super Sub does it again. 15 minutes in. Twice now, he claims the Lord.
That is absolutely tragic for RRQ. That Lord would have meant waves pushing in the bot and mid side, but now the wave that was building up for them will be taken out. GeekFam moving for the kill, moving for the turrets. With the Purify down for Skylar right here, the next fight is a precarious one. And RRQ needs to thread the needle and find somehow, some way. Oh, find the works!
I'm offended by Beloyski! That's a penalty zone in another realm, giving them enough HP. Lemon with the Earth Shatter, Marquee low, Lord up top, marching down, not enough to take RRQ down. Still able to evade, still able to defend, 16 minutes in.
Kingdom, we got a problem. I repeat, Kingdom, we got a problem. And that name is Beloyski.
What an I'm offended right there. Could have turned everything. But fortunately, Daiwan was able to land the penalty zone. And that defense was great. They were fighting as well as clearing the Lord at the same time. Now with the bottom wave finally catching up though, there's one more wave that GeekFam can try and make a play off. But look at this diggy damage. It's starting to build up.
Let's see, the Time Journey is off of cooldown. And the only way that GeekFam wins against RRQ is if they're able to bait it out from them.
GeekFam, RRQ, they're slowing things down now. Calculating every move. Waiting for info. Even with that retry popped by Versik, that all shows that even so, RRQ is still looking for proactive plays.
Man, now that there's a bit of time here though, both teams are trying to farm up, trying to adjust their item builds as well. But a boy, he has the highest damage dealt in the game and he has 0 deaths. Of course, the Netherrealm is a big part of that, but he is just playing it to absolute perfection. The next fight though, Lemon's Flicker and Skylar's Purify will be up. And Lemon usually is very aggressive on that Flicker. He doesn't like playing it defensive. He wants to be the one going for the picks, going for the crowd control. And we'll have to see. I think it's quite even at this point. It's all about the waves. Who can it be set up for? In the previous fight, RRQ has it set up for them, but I don't know. GeekFam forced them into that fight, and they did not come out on top.
Okay, again, RRQ Geek Fam here. Ladies and gentlemen, total kills very close, even economy now close. 18 minutes. We're about to enter the phase where economy is irrelevant in the game. Ooh, it's all about the switcheroos and items. Now Lord is up. Skyler again has the orange buff.
First 6 all alone. Mortal Coil used up already. I'm offended.
Okay.
Saved up. Lemon rotating onwards. Bullet with a dash. Cancel on the Earth Shatter. Don't run Wolf Kill. King. Both teams disengaging. Lemon finding an angle. Getting splashed again. Not finding the armor. Now brought back to the team. Now cut it back. 4-man Earth Shatter onto a Mortal Coil, but they're able to bait out. What? A Primal Wrath used up. A big resource burnt.
Let's see.
Look at the bottom lane though. The wave is still pushing. If RRQ can hold this, can force Geek Fam onto a confusing situation. Oh!
I'm dead! Baiting on a time journey. Skyler taking low. Now with nature. A boy coming back. And there you go. Skyler taken out. Tyra with a penalty zone. On to 3. But it is not him that is stuck. Geek Fam are going in. A boy with a Purify getting back out. Piercing low. 3 people. 3 of the Kingdom soldiers have been taken out. See it in his eyes. That is not Beloyski. That right there. That's greed.
Reverse sweep is close. 4-man taken out, and the Kingdom, they're in trouble. Conceal play will close the game out, seems like.
Penalty zone, onto 5, the hero play! Die! Run! Will not be able to get 5, but he got all that he needed.
Dyren made the deal with the devil to make the defense. 20 minutes in. RRQ and Geek Fam, they're still going at it.
No Beloyski, no Marky. Lord on the table. Waves pushing for RRQ. This is their chance. They gotta go for it. 20 seconds without Dyren. There's a chance that Nile can steal this, but RRQ, they have to go for it.
RRQ, in the midst of winning, a chance. A light from above. Nile with a play. A miracle one at that. Now with another realm. It's Nile! Save after save. Now it's Nile who will meet his demise, but he has done enough for the Geeks to stay in it one more time.
Stop it. Stop it. This game is full of surprises. Left and right. The trades.
Oh,
holy moly.
Nile. The play of his lifetime.
Dyren.
But man, Dyren, what was this, man?
Oh.
What was that?
Oh!
The audacity. Just goes in 1v4 and single-handedly wrenches the game away from Geek Fam. But Nile has just done the same. And now, with the Lord coming in, once again, can Beloyski make it happen?
It's a 4-4-5. It's
Conceal.
a 4v5. Offense, 5-man defense, let's say.
Oh, he baited out the Mortal Coil. It's not going to be on cooldown as a boy marches forward, gets chunked by a big ball from Skyler. And now he's low. Decimation is ready. Netherrealm gives pop. Fairsick is able to bait it out. No, no, no. We're not just ending it at 20 minutes. No. If you think it's a 20-minute game, you haven't watched Season 12. We're going longer for Game 5.
Holy moly. RRQ Geek Fam, 21 minutes of game time. And still, we have yet to find a winner. Arashi, tell us your thoughts.
Man, the urgency for Geek Fam to end this game as soon as possible. I think that is what made them just group up and try and go for the end right there. Dyren though, that was a very risky play, but everything just came together. Like we said for the previous games where RRQ actually came out on top. And now, if nothing crazy happens, no engage, no pick-off happens, I still believe that RRQ is still on top, but with the Faramir passive, with the Netherrealm, Geek Fam definitely has a lot more tools to surprise RRQ and maybe burn out some of these ultimates before a big fight. 50 seconds right here. I do wonder if they're gonna go and risk it, or are they gonna just wait for the Lord and go for that Lord team fight that has been the story of this game again and again.
Lemon's all alone in the mid lane, but Geek Fam do not want to pull the trigger. It's a bit too risky.
It's all a matter of setup here. 25 seconds to the next Lord. Which team has the better setup to either get the retry and just back off, and the other team that lost the Lord, they need to commit to a fight and win that fight.
It's a big advantage, Arashi, for Geek Fan. They have the far lane.
Exactly, with the base turret down, it's causing pressure, but it is set up for our queue right now. With Marky showing up, could this be the signal? There is crowd control, there are tools RQ can do, but look at the positioning. Everyone's spread out, there cannot be a clean engage possible for RRQ.
Look at the top lane, it's built up, Connie.
See here with that though, now in first sig, it's yeah, they're just doing the death stare in front of each other. 55,000 HP on the Lord. 4 members already conceal play.
Mortar Coil used up, Beloy now has them offended, jumps in forward, finds 2! That's time offended, connected onto 2, the Petrify, the Furious Dive, all used in combo, in sync, in unity! Immortality Pop, Diner with a hero play again, but it will not work out this time. Niall loses the Immortality, does he buy the winner truncheon? That's the question right now, he gets another round from the health, he buys the winner truncheon, he buys the time! Skylar, Will Nature, used up already, Marky unable to follow through, Poloyski gets brought back to the team right now, but he's buying the Immortality, Marky! 1 for 1, Lemon for Beloy!
It's a 4 for 4, and Skylar is healthy, but take a look at the Geek Fam's health bar. Niall and Luke, they're quite low. Luke, though, has the Immortality. First sig. Will he gamble this? Let's see here. They're trying to zone out the members, but
damage. Boy's dealing a lot, but now it's Skylar coming back as well. Immortality, popped. Boy, can he run? Can he buy time? No, he cannot. Oh, he spawns in 2 seconds. That might have just been a bait.
Niall though, waiting for a chance right here. RRQ, their health bars are going down way too fast. Diamond 1v3.
All alone, this is a chance, but RQ decides to fight. They are confused. The pin down happens, the time journey's there. Now with the boy coming in! No! That's the nail in the coffin for RRQ. They march forward and it is a sole Skylar alone. 1v3.
Mission abort! Mission abort! That is what RRQ is yelling right now. 3 men taken out. As Skylar and Lemon, can they defend the 4-man push plus the Lord?
There's still 38 seconds before Diamond is in the picture. It's going to be a very tough defense. It does not seem possible, but you never know. It is Season 12 playoffs, and Geek Fam, they're going to go for it at Lemon.
Onward, Primal Wrath, all in vain. That's the I'm offended, and that might be the final moment. Skylar knocked up. Geek Fam discounted, doubted. The usurpers have taken the kings down.
The kingdom silence. Down 0-2. And the reverse sweep is in a full effect.
Emotions high in the break rooms of the teams, man. This was a tough and grueling battle, but unfortunately there can only be one. And today, the Geeks have done it.
The best game in Season 12 playoffs, and we're only in day 2. We're only on match 1. 1 more match to go, 3 more days to go.
This is Mobile Legends. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see the passion, you can see the heart in Geek Fam. But don't worry, RRQ, their journey is not yet over. They will.
It's Akai. It's Akairi who got a 4-man heavy spin.
That was a crazy moment.
Truly was a heavy spin.
Definitely. All the weight in that spin, but along with that, it's gonna be the fairness. We haven't seen it in a while, but now it's popping up here and there in the playoffs. Pikachu will respond with the Lilia. Damage output to burst through the Netherrealm and to keep everyone in place. You got that Terizla, but this means that Bigatron will be relying on Super Ken for those split pushes, for the macro pressure. So Rizzo will be going full aggro.
Well, again, a very, very aggressive composition from side of Bigatron. I do agree, but with the composition of the Kai Faramis, it's somehow they're trying to replicate what Geek did earlier, right? With the Akai on the Jungle Nile. Boy, Faramis, but this time different player, but oh my lord. Keyboy Kaja is going to be a nuisance with that Divine Judgment, potentially taking Fanny. And with this, will Lilia go Purify? Against the heavy spin, Divine Judgment.
Heavy spin, it makes sense, but then against the Kaja, right?
True.
It kind of forces you already.
Pressure.
Against the Kaja, you better go Flicker, but then if you go Flicker, that heavy spin will haunt you. And look, they already want to double down on this composition, this heavy CC composition with the Diggy banned out. They know that Bigatron Alpha pulls out a lot of cheesy picks towards the end, and this time it will be denied from Coach Yeb.
Coach Yeb with the foresight here, trying to figure out what exactly is Bigatron trying to cook up right here. It's more of a team fight composition. I think Bigatron, they want to go all in and straight towards that back line. So the Edith ban makes sense right here, denying the chance for Keyboy. Well, Keyboy actually boots. Yep. Try and stop the invasion, and then afterwards do the damage the same way Lemon was trying to do in match 1. But with the Ixia banned out, is Bigatron still going for a full-on 5v5? Are we going to see something crazier like the Melissa we've been talking about since match 1?
Maybe. Remember, there is a hero that is still open that I'm quite surprised that survived the first phase, and that is Irithel. So it seems like both teams are somehow hiding patiently their marksman, right? Irithel here still up for grabs. Looking at Honest composition, I don't mind it. You know, if they want to go full dive, then they pick up the quad, but if they want some backliners here, they go for the Irithel. It makes sense with its eye mobility. It's so good. Going up against that Fanny, sure, but it can juke the cable.
They already have a Kaja, they already have an Akai, two very good cover heroes up against the Fanny. That is going to struggle just based on the draft alone, especially the Faramis here trying to negate all the bully potential that he has. But whoa. Tyroth pick in the first pick of second phase. Why Tyroth, Arashi?
Try and deal with the Terizla. The huge problem with the Terizla is the fact that he goes in, he locks everybody in place, and if you try and burst him down, he has the damage reduction. Now with the Tyroth, it'll be a non-factor, but there's not a lot of physical damage available for Onyx right now. They must add something that can be a legitimate threat as Bigatron round out their composition with the Beatrix. Some more range, some more DPS. Good combo with the penalty zone. And one more. What's it gonna be?
This is what I'm talking about, right? You can exploit Boots' hero like this, you know, going up against the damage build. Fanny, it does not matter because you have the Tyroth. It will shred shred your armor, but also if Fanny transitions to a tanky build, then you have Tyroth to answer that as well.
True.
So it's this is why I really love Boots, and exploiting his heroes is one of the keys to victory. This is why Bigatron, great addition in the Kufra, right? Adding more crowd control and their composition, which they need, and it will, going up against a clumped up composition here, it's going to be a very important, crucial crowd control. On it go. Yeah, there we go. Why not?
All right.
Purify, sprint, available.
All standard, but against Key on the Kufra. Remember, he was called El Momento. That's for a good reason. Onyx is definitely looking out for the crowd control potential. They actually have more on their hands with the heavy spin, with the Divine Judgment as well, but it's not by a huge margin. So it's gonna be down to the execution. And I must say, Onyx is a bit more well-rounded, and they have more solutions to play around with. They can counter this combo with the Netherrealm, and they have pickup of their own, and Keyboy, man, no pushover even compared to Key.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's got it. 10 heroes that will enter the Land of Dawn. It has been set. The red robots, the red Terminators going up against the Sky Kings. The Kings of MSC, or Southeast Asia. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Land of Dawn, here we go to witness game 1.
And it really is time to see if Bigatron Alpha, since the grand final matchup in SPS, against Onyx. Have they learned from their mistakes? Have they learned from that 4-0 loss against the Sky Kings? The answer instantly so far has been, we got to trade on keyboard.
Man, a lot of damage. Almost the Voloisky pattern here, just giving up the first blood. Looking at the emblems though, a lot of defensive stats picked up by Onyx right here, avoiding the burst potential and also going for the agility. Especially for Sans, he needs to be around the place, but look, he's going tenacity, not the Wilderness Blessing. So he is attempting to be a lot more active, a lot more risky in the middle of these big team fights.
That, and he popped and rocked the Purify, right? He respects, understands, and even Calvin Unada is rocking the Purify. Let's see the first lethal battle. It falls to the hands of Onyx, falls to the hands of Kyrie specifically. Very clean take, and Bigatron Alpha lost their first raid.
It's almost as if Onyx are so confident in their positioning, they don't require any repositioning. All they need to do is survive the forced engages by Bigatron Alpha. So with Purifies, that makes sense. But with the slows coming in from the Lilia, that could lead Onyx to miscalculate and maybe overextend.
Okay. Seems like with the Fanny here in play, Super Ken,
Good cables, forcing a flicker early, but it's still chasing him down.
Wow.
Cutthroat available. Those are some precise cable maneuvers there. Sorizo gets ganked as well in the bottom lane against the Dairoth. This matchup is an interesting one, right? We don't usually see the Dairoth as an answer to the Terizla. So shed some light into it, Rashi.
With the damage reduction, with the early game damage potential, right? Especially when it's assisted right here, all the way in the early game with the mid laner and the jungler. It's just very difficult to try and be as oppressive on this Terizla. It's a hero that forces you to move up forward and makes you susceptible to ganks. So with an Akai, you can force him into a different situation, and with the pressure in the HP lane first, Onyx will take the first turtle.
And it's very classic Bigatron Alpha. The Bigatron Alpha that we've seen in the playoffs. When they pick up the Fanny, they don't care about these neutral objectives. Super Key with a Timer's Revenge, not connecting just yet. CW has already popped in that heavy crossbow. Oh, and CW gets it, despite a Bennett's Rage used up by Shive. It does not matter.
Clean swipe there from Calvin Unada. 3 minutes in, and we see here no first blood, no kills on the board just yet here. Both teams playing it rather patiently. I expected an aggressive composition, an aggressive play style here from side of Bigatron Alpha. It seems like Onyx can weather that.
I feel like it's gonna be, the big moment will be in the second turtle, man. That's where both teams will have some items, some outplay potential that they have confidence in, and they're gonna throw at each other. And by the way, speaking of the Dairoth, there is a synergy with the Irithel. We talked about how the Irithel doesn't do as much damage, requires more items than others to try and even stay as relevant as a real threat. With the Dairoth, that's a whole different story. They can very easily go for the Armor Shred into CW, just running someone down, and that is a dangerous scenario.
They don't even go for this. Keyboy's Divine Judgment. Good dash away by the Timer's Revenge there. Popped in by Super Key. Both teams playing a very slow game in game number 1 of the series. None of them want to overcommit or give anyone a little more of a lead. Charging up. Divine Judgment canceling the Timer's Revenge. Now Super Key caught all alone.
Oh my
3-man or 4-man penalty zone into another realm, but now it's going to be comboed together with a Bennett's Rage. Now it's Boots rotating over. The Boots Bastion in the front.
Hey!
Boots with the Abyssum Strike Flicker. What an absolute W. Keyboy with a flicker forward again. Sorizo getting the sustain, but it's Super Ken with a cutthroat. Not ready just yet. Jumps into the back. That is an equalizer. 1-2-1.
A slight overcommitment move there by Keyboy, punished heavily by Super Ken. CW here needs to be careful.
Good cutthroat over the wall, but it might be a mistake, and it is. You don't make these mistakes against Onyx. Onyx capitalize fully.
Super Ken says, hey, Keyboy, you overcommit. I can do you one better. He overcommitted himself again just before the turtle.
Boots as well, walking up and now getting taken down. It's Moreno who takes the kill. A good acquisition of kill there, 4 minutes in.
And for both teams though, Onyx just seems so far ahead of the curve here. Look at CW, runs into Super Ken unexpectedly, was able to find a way to go get into safety right in front of Kyrie, and that is what caused Super Ken to get taken out there. Bomb as well.
Divine Judgment into A heavy crossbow hit. You're not surviving that one. Shiva taken down up top. Meanwhile now, it comes down to a retry battle. Heavy spin already used up right now to try to evade. And SuperKen's a level up. That's a retry still won by Kyrie. Another realm saves him for a bit, but now it's getting the burst damage. Moreno picks up the kill. Onyx pick up the objective.
The objective and the kill top side. Meanwhile, Bigatron have compensation. They got Kyrie. I feel like it's still worth it for Onyx.
Agreed.
It's not a bad trade at all. I don't think Onyx has any issue taking that trade right there. Getting CW ahead, right, and still getting the turtle. So still keeping ahead of the EXP curve as well. Of course, it's only one turtle, so we haven't seen that big of a difference, but Keyboy
going in, SuperKen finds it. Keyboy now caught, and that should be a kill, and it's Moreno who picks up his third kill this game. Sans already in front now. It's a 1v1, Moreno versus Sans. Oh, some recalls as well.
I love it here. Keyboy again, twice now. A little too aggressive, right? He's trying to screen, but oh my god, CW here might be caught.
Trying to bait out the Purify, I believe, right now. Renner's apathy, not connecting. It threaded the needle. On to nothing. Super key now with a flicker, but now gets knocked up. The conceal doesn't get you out. It gets CW a kill.
2 kills already, minute 6. What do you think about this, Arashi? Though, bottom lane, the first structure of the game.
Jeez. Shiva just got deleted. Absolutely deleted. Dragged back to the heavy crossbow hit, and Calvin Winata will keep on eating.
That's a trade essentially for both teams. Bigatron taking the bottom side, but losing their gold lane and the turret in one fell swoop. Still worth it for Onyx. It's the small trades like this that somehow Onyx always wins, that builds up that great gold advantage. And even right now, even if CW doesn't do as well, like what I was talking about earlier, Boots on an uncharacteristically aggressive hero can still be a huge problem later on in the game, bursting down Super Marino or Super Ken before anything.
Divine Judgment, and it truly is a Divine Judgment. Super Key just had to take that judgment. Super Ken now knows there are no CC abilities that can lock onto him fully. Only the heavy spin is there to really counter him. He still goes in, heavy spin pins him down right now, and that's gonna be the retribution onto the purple buff, and a shutdown as well. CW picks up his 4th kill, and that was a bounty. 2.4k and building.
Oh, Calvin Winata now very ahead. If you compare it to Beatrix, oh my god, 022, 403. Man, Onyx is ahead in this game.
I think ahead is a bit of an understatement, and it is dangerous. Every single time Bigatron Alpha loses control like this in the early game, they find it very difficult to recover. Onyx is the exact opposite, and now it's going to be one more trade, but for Onyx, it's also augmented by that turtle take, and of course an invade, but Keyboy.
Tarn's Revenge and the Rage, Avenged Rage as well, but another realm there by Sans saves him for a bit and saves him all the way. Keyboy gets out, not even burning a flicker for it.
The calculation, man, the calculation, the harassment movement in the jungles, the Bigatron Alpha, they got baited.
Look at the fact. What the heck? They only lost once, this roster, from season 11 to 12.
Wow.
Man, look at Bigatron Alpha and how they're corralling around together, because they're afraid of a pick of potential, man. Looking at the items right here, Enchanted Talisman and an Ice Queen 1 for Super Moreno. The kills have been generous to him, but Sun somehow has even more. It's burst against DPS, and I think that's the same, but the opposite is on the side of the gold lane. Onyx has more DPS, Bigatron has more burst, so fine-tuning how they fight will be important here.
Boots is already bullying Ken there. Kyrie gonna be poked down by the Lilia, by Chorizo, by Key, but it doesn't matter. Heavy spin still comes down. Super Ken, finds him with the retry battle. That's a some strike now, locked in the penalty zone, but it's Chorizo and Key who loses their lives. They use everything to get Ken that purple buff. And now Ken walking forward, knocked up, and the fadeaway doesn't quite get him. Ken still gets out, but still a big win for Onyx, 4k gold lead.
I mean, even after the 2 kills, the mid turret collapsed. And man, CW alone here, very confident.
Wow. No respect whatsoever. Almost costed him though. But look at the lifesteal, man. It's gonna take Bigatron Alpha so much more if they want to take him down. If you think an Irithel is difficult enough to deal with normally, 5-0 one is even worse, but look at Super Ken.
Boots doesn't care! Oh my god!
The flicker play. Almost the outplay. But yeah, I mean, even because Boots on the Daroth here, Superkin forced to build a Dreadnought armor.
Divine Judgment, Immortality gonna be popped. Super Kitty, how is he gonna escape this one? He doesn't. Penalty Zone comes into the back, but the Nether Realm grants them a second life. Ken with the combo, Shive farming in the mid lane, not trying to go for this fight at all. They lose their XP and their roam again, and they do not get anything for it.
Supercan trying to get the purple buff in return. I believe he will pick it up unless Sans stole it away from him. All right, small trade back, and Kyrie, look at the proactiveness. Whenever anything is done, a turret, a turtle, a lord, just go straight for the buffs, the neutral camps. Again, small things Onyx does. Builds up to the gold advantage. And take a look at the instant replay by the Samsung Galaxy series here. All began with a Divine Judgment. And Super Key is just way too squishy against the rest of the team. The penalty zone starts everything for Bigatron, but everyone else is too far to really follow up at the same time. And they need to be a bit more coordinated, especially if they want to try and get a leg up against Onyx.
Onyx making it look like it was routine, right? I feel like it was a routine for them, that Divine Judgment setup. Now, with this first Lord here, what are their goals? Perhaps 2 base turrets here. I feel like they can grab if they manipulate the waves successfully. Let's see here the defense from the side of Bigatron. 7,000 gold lead now. Bottom lane, Dyroth, and as well as Fanny. They're going at it.
So by the way, Ken didn't get the purple buff, not because San stole it, but because Onyx have frozen it. The purple buff that he went to, which is a small one, he didn't get it. He only has the orange buff now. And this is where Onyx are really able to maximize every little thing in the game. Against the Fanny, they know what to do. Supercan jumps in, Lord can be cleared out, so no base turrets at risk of getting taken down for now. Ken just dives into the mid lane, tries to cut the wave, and should be successful at it.
11-4. Okay, 12 minutes in. And Supercan doing everything that he can to relieve off pressure in any lane that is possible, but bottom lane now.
Oh, Flagrant Divine Judgment, but the Divine Bench cancels it away. Now Supercan jumps in, but the heavy spin! Fights Shiva! Boots goes for the Abyssal Strike, but now loses his life in the process of diving all the way deep. Gold lane for XP. Supercan looking for another initiation, just jumps in, tries to bait a few more resources. Who won that?
I think Onyx still comes out on top. No base turrets, but they shut down Seaway even further. Especially with the game going to the late stages, it's going to be very difficult. You noticed earlier though, Sans with a single blast from the Faramis was able to chunk Super Chorizo down like a quarter of his HP. That is a very behind Terizla without a lot of items. This big team fight is going to be very difficult for Pikachu Alpha to keep up. And Onyx, it's just a minor setback. They're going straight back to the setups. It's waiting around, getting the buffs, and ensuring this next Lord is completely uncontested. And they're denying Supercan any areas to really go for the split push. This is what's so dangerous about Onyx, man. They all are confident enough to actually push around individually without any backup, and they feel like it's completely safe. They know the calculations, and look at that. Gonna be a setup in the top side.
By the way, it's the same build for Supercan that we saw yesterday. It's the tanky build, only with the Heptaseas and the Melphic Roar. Those are the 2 damage items that he is relying on. He's already building towards what I believe is an immortality here. He has the Anti-Quiris. Is opening up the map, just trying to give Bigatron Alpha some vision. And the Lord, it's not much of a dance. It takes 2 to dance. It takes 2 to tango. Onyx, they're alone. It's a free Lord.
Supercan will not contest, but in the orange buff as well. There's an will falls in the hands of Onyx, so Bigatron Alpha, 0 compensation. Onyx, 9,000 with the Lord. Do they have enough firepower to end?
At this point, generally I would say that the quote-unquote safe margin to just brute force a play, it's about 10k gold. And Onyx are very, very close, and you can see it in the items, man. Sans is absolutely lethal right here, with the Divine Glaive already completed as well. CW sitting on full items, having the chance to item swap as well. With the setup in the top side, this means that Onyx can very easily go for this decisive push right here. Supercan tries to throw things out of balance, but here we go.
Heavy crossbow used up, Sans. The splash of damage, Suberkey not deciding to charge in. Suberkey has recall from that push in the bottom or top lane. Down the bottom lane, the Hans Lord will crash down and take the second base turret for Onyx in Big John's base. Suberkey trying to bait out a few resources. Sounds with the Stampede once again. It's a battle in the base. It's a good defense for Big John Alpha, but they have lost two. Oh, Keyboy wasn't able to find a Divine Judgment. He used a flicker already. Was dodged away from. Suberkey once again trying to just distract, trying to look for an opening. Tower's Revenge connecting, but he knows that Kyrie has to have his spin. Again, Keyboy taken very low, already poked down so much, but Onyx have taken 3 base turrets. Suberkey losing immortality. Big John Alpha waiting for the play. Abyssal Strike used up. Suberkey jumps in again, but Keyboy is not able to catch him just yet. 3 base turrets to 0, and it is a big win for Onyx.
What the heck was that? No opening, no fights whatsoever, but Onyx, you blinked, you missed that they got 3 base turrets out of that Lord, so a huge win. 2-man pull. Will they commit to this?
2-man Stampede, bring them back. Suberkey with the conceal gets him out. Moreno's chasing Boots, gets him to half, but that's about it. That's all she wrote. Kyrie picks up the purple.
Look at Sans, they're just recalling, asserting dominance. This is what I was trying to say earlier, by the way. Match 1, all fights. Where do you see the plays happen? When is the game decided? In the Lord Pit, in those big team fights. With Onyx, that's almost never the case. Why go for a risky, crazy fight where everything can happen when you can just set up so cleanly that Big John Alpha, with all their combos, all the penalty zones, the Tyrant's Rage, Tyrant's Revenge combos, they can't even find an opening to go in. Onyx just sets up and ensures that, essentially communicates non-verbally that we are ready for every single engage you throw at us.
And when there's a fight, or when Onyx wants a fight, 80-90% of it, they won. They know that they will win the fight. That's when they're committing. That's when they commit. And let's see, Bigatron Alpha here. How do they weather the storm is the question. The next Lord here, still minute 17. If Onyx is cheeky, they will wait for minute number 18. But no, they immediately started, so they do not want the Evolved Lord.
I think it'll be too risky to wait all the way to 18th minute, because Bigatron Alpha, it does give them the time to clear out these waves. But I do want to ask you, Arashi, do you think Bigatron Alpha can try to replicate what they did against Rebellion yesterday? Because it feels like whenever they get Fanny, that's the strategy, right? Same thing, cut, and then Lord, and then wait.
See, in theory, I think they can, but the problem here is Onyx is way more decisive, and they have tools right here to begin a fight. The heavy spins, the Divine Judgments. If Super Ken tries to buy some time right there, Onyx will push the sense of urgency onto him by threatening to go for a fight. And now here we go. Super Ken jumps forward, they're not able to bait any of the resources. Now look at the base, wide open, that's a flicker Divine Judgment, bringing Suberkey back! 3-man penalty zone, the base is still open right now, but Cerezo will be able to sustain just a bit, but the NetherRealm does it a bit better. Super Ken jumps in again, back up by Kyrie, almost taking him out. Waves have been cleared. Now 2 more coming down, Super Ken once again with cables, going back and forth. Kyrie looking for a stop. Suberkey jumps in with Tyrant's Revenge, but gets melted down, and this should be game number 1 for Onyx. The minutes are coming down, it's crashing, 18 minutes. Onyx stay disciplined, and they stomp.
Human versus nature. In this first game of today, it will be the Yellow Porcupines, the Sky Kings, taking the first game. Let's see here if Bigatron can equalize, but what a clean game by the Sea Champions.
That is insane. We've seen the crazy, high-paced team fights of match number 1, and now we are facing
Fanny. We'll have to see if he can make good of that statement.
With a Novaria in the mid lane though, for Bigatron. Even if Super Ken crashes onto Kyrie in the jungle, where's the backup, right? Maybe a long distance Astral Sphere is what they're counting on, but the roamer needs to be very important right here. But I believe we've seen that the box shot could be flexed around as well. I think we saw it in the EXP lane, was it not?
Was it? Maybe. Let's see here, second phase. Onyx, what will they go for? The bans, and will be the Minotaur banned away. A good spot there by the side of Onyx, right? With their composition, they want to go and pick off and if there was a Minotaur, they can disengage.
Well, technically disengaged, but Minotaur also struggles to get out of the sticky situations himself. So now for Bigatron, I do wonder if some flexing is happening, but banning away the Lilia means that they do want to go for this beefy approach, right? Bully, outlast Onyx, push them out of their jungle, and they have already, Onyx has forced out a Faramis ban, finally, from Bigatron.
An FP and Faramis ban for S Sans. Because honestly, he is absolutely lethal on this hero, similar to a boy on this pick. So for Onyx, at this point, what do they want to ban, right? Is it going to be Keen that's going to be banned out, or Shive? The Ixia, I don't think is an option to go for when you have a Fanny on the opposing team. Maybe the Brody could be an issue. That is also a bit like 50-50. It's like, sure, on for the Fanny, it's going to be an issue. But they could simply just pick up a hero that outlanes that Brody. And it's going to be the Grok. Instead, it gets banned out. So really nailing Key's heroes down. PTR, first pick, second phase.
Technically, Novaria can be flexed there, Arashi, into that roam position.
True.
If needed. But let's see here, what will be their approach? I understand they are Onyx. They're somehow forcing that Novaria into that roam position, right? So, first pick, Bigatron, my guess is they should pick up a gold laner here. Pick up a safe gold laner. Brody or Bruno? What do you think?
I think Brody's safer. But they can just leave it for the last pick, pick up a roamer first here, maybe something like a Kanja. I guess they it is kind of tough, but yeah, they do go for the Kanja. They need a stopper still for the Fanny.
I mean, that's exactly why Onyx has banned away the Grok. The barriers is a big problem for the cable-reliant Fanny. Now with the Kaja already revealed though, Onyx, what's the gold lane? What's the mid lane? This is, for Suns in particular, such an irritating question, right? You have no idea.
Payback time.
It's a Farsa. We haven't seen it in so long, and just right now it makes an appearance yet again.
Farsa. Going up against this composition, Purify, I believe that he will rock Terizlak, Shield.
Nah, man. He's Sans.
He's Flicker, right? Or Recall
Claude.
even. Claude. Mobility, man, is the name of the game here for Onyx. You got the Wings by Wings, you got the Cables, and you got Claude. Wow, fast-paced draft composition here from side of Onyx.
And then again, it's kind of like a bait to the Brody, right? The Claude gets bullied by the Brody in lane. It's good against the Fanny as well, but it's bad against the Farsa. So it's always a give and take when you're up against Onyx. They're so good at drafting Yeb and Adi. Gee. I mean, for Bigatron now, it's a lose-lose. Whatever you pick, you go for the Beatrix against the Claude. It's a decent matchup. Brody against the Claude, good matchup. Melissa against Claude, but you're up against the Farsa. So what? It's I don't know, Rashi. They're gonna go Brody. There you go. As expected, but again, yeah, against the Farsa,
You know,
it's tough. Even the Akai, you can't bring the Fury.
I think it's going to be an aggressive attempt coming in from Bigatron right here, using the Baxia, the Terizla, to try and bully Onyx as much as possible. But like we said, Onyx already have solutions available. Mobility, split pushing, sustain in the front. The main tank here, the Uranus, as well as the heavy spin. We'll see what kind of execution they can bring out. Or will Onyx yet again just use pure out-execution to win game number 2 and get match point.
well, ladies and gentlemen, the Sky Kings Empire, they are under attack again. K1, they managed to defend it, but this time, will the Red Terminators find an equalizer? Again, let's see here the defense from the Sky Kings. Land of Dawn has been set for the stage. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 2.
WTR2, welcome to round 2. We own this. Let's get straight into Arashi.
We'll have to see.
The emblems. It's Kyrie with lethal ignition, yeah. He's not gonna be, he's basically saying, Super Ken, this is how you play Fanny. Build damage.
Ouchie.
We'll have to see. Superton says it's almost a guarantee if the box chair is in his hand, so we'll see who actually gets to flex a little bit more. Of course, Super Ken will have an advantage in the clear department. But that aside, that's about the only advantage the box chair has. It's a great pick against the Uranus as well, by the way, but look at Keyboy.
Keyboy versus Key, the Panda, the Dragon Warrior versus
The bird.
the Bird. I mean, I don't know what it is about Keyboy. He always just spams that Evos emote. He's really an Evo spam, my guy.
Look at the mid lane though, a lot of action, a lot of movements around it. Looking at the emblems, Inspire and Wilderness Blessing for Super Moreno. More cooldown, as much roam as possible. The Novaria can clear very fast, but she does not output so much damage in the early game, so we'll have to see a Super Key.
Flickers out, that's another flicker by Keyboy. From one bird to a bird lady, that's first blood.
Oh, yikes, right? Even Super Key popped the flicker, sure. Sansa and Keyboy both at the same time pop their flickers. Take a look at the timers, man. They're definitely in sync.
Oh my god.
Both 98,
Wait, you're
97.
right. Yo!
That's
what you call the unity. The Onyx unity.
We'll have to see how that plays out, but now Kyrie, 1v3.
1v3, no problem. The shield unity, the Astral Spear. But all Kai needs to do is get a few cables out. But it does give Bigotron Alpha a big advantage when it comes to the turtle. They're starting it up already. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane as well. Farsa has... No, they're zoned away. Keyboy just walks up like a Chad.
does not care. Needs the heavy spin though to be more, to give more impact in the first turtle. It seems like poor man here will be on the turtle port side of Bigotron. Fanny nowhere near, so they will let it go.
Okay, Supercat finds the retribution. Now the heavy spin brings Key all the way back. And yes, it is all the way back. He's still able to survive though. For the airstrike comes down. Keyboy taken low. One more shot of the hammer should do it. Keyboy's juggling over. Oh,
what?
No way!
Hey!
It's the Onyx buff. When you're in Onyx, you just can't die.
Hey, Keyboy! Wow! Survived
tilter.
that one. Zorizo, no mana here, boots. Wow, almost. Talon's prediction. Same?
Same.
It's gonna be the same all throughout.
Man, that is unfortunate. That is a tilter for sure. Now Bigotron still trying to go for the purple. Kyrie wanted to contest it.
Divine Judgment locking him down. Oh, they get the purple. They steal it away from Kyrie. And they're doing quite good now. Keyboy, that Astral Sphere didn't connect onto him. But BTR are looking at top. CW, shield unity, stunning him off an Astral Sphere and a torn apart memory. Kyrie jumps into the back, but with no purple buff, there's no real threat. Feather airstrike though. Now that, some damage.
No, not enough to take anyone down though. It's a 1-2-1 here. A very great response. Great recovery here from side of Bigotron. And take a look. Sive finds a gold shield turret here. Almost full.
That's a lot of gold, man. Chive is just pocketing everything. The entirety of the turret gold.
That's a great value trade for Bigotron Alpha. They're making use of this mobility advantage. Because rotating faster than Onyx can even hope to match up using this Boxia and Novaria combo. But Onyx, as always, don't seem so lost. It seems like they're just plotting, waiting for the right moment to strike back. Might be with the next neutral objective, but it won't be that simple. We've seen that Onyx has struggled with it in the first turtle.
We've seen that, right? 4 minutes now. Let's see
Whoa,
the setup.
what
the heck? Whoa.
Boots!
I feel like the damage, the turret damage was more than what Moreno gave.
Yeah, I think he died most into turrets, and then Moreno just got a cheeky little Astral Speeder down. Keyboy has a heavy spin. Supercan has a level lead on Kyrie. Purple buff up. Kyrie might just give it over. That's a heavy spin on the Super Key, but I don't think it's going to be enough to take him down. He still survives. That's a Divine Judgment as well, locking Keyboy down, and it's a free turtle to BTR. Meanwhile, here, we do see that Chorizo is going to be bursted down by the Feather Airstrike. Meanwhile, CW up top. Oh my god! It's a double for Shive. And now we have a game on our hands.
Ooh-wee, Bigotron Alpha with the answer. Finding the right connections and the coordination top lane, Arashi. That was a high tier connection.
For sure, no lag whatsoever, but look at the split. Super Key is powerless. He's forced to watch his turret go down. He might lose his life for it as well.
1v1. Gee, those cables, not enough to take Super Key down for now. He actually has the Dreadnought armor. That's why he can take it.
Well, for now, Bigotron Alpha is still doing quite good. 3K gold advantage, mainly in the mid lane as well as in the gold lane for sure. That is where Bigotron Alpha is pushing all their attention to. But later on, I do wonder if Boots will be able to just withstand the damage being a Uranus. Look at this matchup though. Supercan once again steals away the buff from Kyrie.
I mean, he's above 2 levels, right? If he invades, he's going to be more successful percentages-wise. And now, Onyx, they're in a bit of a pickle. They're behind, and of course, their gold lane. Take a look. CW, Calvin Renata, 0-0. Early game, that's not a good sign.
Even the damage on Sans. They have the pressure, all they need to go for the purple buff. I don't think Kyrie can really contest for this. Supercan is a level ahead, now 2 with the retry on the purple buff. Won't have the retry ready for the turtle, but I think they have done the same thing that Onyx did to them. They have frozen the purple buff. Now they're going to go in. Divine Judgment locking Boots down. Torn apart memory, taking him out, and another basic attack to seal another kill for Shive. 4,000 gold lead for the Red Terminators.
6-1 total kills. Audience prediction, though. Are you within those 15%, Mirko?
Well, you saw the prediction. I voted for Onyx, just like how I voted for REQ last match.
Okay.
Well, we'll have to see if it's strong enough to actually give Viction Alpha the edge. They got 2 kills right there, but Onyx, they were still able to defend the mid turret. So, all in all, not the worst of situations, but you can see that Boots not nearly tanky enough. If he wants to split push, he needs to be a bit more troublesome for Viction Alpha to deal with.
Okay. They're looking to invade once again, trying to get Kyrie even further behind. Let's see, Retribution by both, but obviously the jungler with a level difference should get it, especially a Baksha here, and Supercan gets it for free. Divine Judgment not used yet, it's just a conceal. Kyrie knew that, and Shive is just munching on that tier 2 down below. Meanwhile, Jaewei.
Farming. This is both scary, but concerning, right? For Bigatron Alpha, CW is farming. He is way behind, but when he farms, do you think, Arashi, that Onyx has a chance to turn this game around?
There's always a chance, man. It's never over till it's over, and now with a conceal, what are they gonna go for?
Oh, beautiful Divine Judgment to cancel it out there. Talking about memory. Finding the back, Super Chorizo as well, finding a penalty zone. Sans forced to run away with Wings by Wings, and Jaewei is not able to deal any damage back. BTR pick up the turret in the mid lane, just a tier 1. They're looking for the tier 2, but the minions have been cleared out.
Wow.
Goodness.
The reactive Divine Judgment right there. Definitely huge value. A Heptasis though built by Kyrie this late into the game. It's 8 minutes. We saw the Heptasis. We saw the Golden Staff from CW. So Onyx is still definitely scaling. And this is the thing. Usually when teams are in this position, they'll be losing a lot more. But for Onyx, somehow, some way, it seems like they have something in their mind, some way to just mitigate it. But CW, look at that.
VMI?
Retry even. Oh no. Defensive blazing duet to solo kill. What? He does this on the tank, not on the Fanny last game.
And mind you, Supercan has not yet built the blade armor.
No
so there
BA.
was no bounce back. And he made practically a solo kill there. What a play with just the information of what? That CW, his sprint is on cooldown. And there you go, Supercan with the initiation. And now, with no Jaewei, Bigatron Alpha, they will clear this Lord comfortably.
We still have a good amount of wave clear, Onyx, to try and deal with this push. And the later the game goes, the Novaria and the Brody will be doing a lot of damage, but technically the Novaria doesn't really output as much damage. It's a single instance of damage that Onyx can still deal with, so I think they're still banking on this late game where the backline can be dove on, and maybe CW and Kyrie can completely delete Super Moreno and Sive. If they can pull that off, everyone else isn't exactly a damage machine. They're just beefy and they do decent amounts of damage.
Wow. If Bigatron wins this game, it shows you that what? Onyx can bleed? When's the last time we saw this? Last playoffs, they were unbeatable. 0 losses game-wise.
Goodness. Bigatron Alpha 8-1, folks.
Oh! Without
Kyrie?
purple buff, by the way. Without purple buff. That play.
My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is real life. Onyx, they're just a kill in this game.
Flicker Divine Judgment, heavy spin with a flicker as well, but Keyboy's going to be melted down quite easily. Blazing. Oh, wow, what penalty zone? Right into the back. Sans gets caught. Sorizo zoning everyone back. This might be it. 10 minutes. Bigatron Alpha now dealing damage on the moves. Now he's giving the cables from Kyrie. We've seen this before. Do we see a defense again from Kyrie? He's looking for a play again. Gets chunked low. A few good hits. A torn apart memory. Onto the back. Shive finds it. Kyrie. His dash was cancelled. One more wave coming down to the mid lane. Keyboy doesn't have the heavy spin, but he is going to respawn. Jace! What is that damage? Kyrie still is defending. This might be a turnaround. Kai with a cutthroat, with a blazing duet. Sorizo finds a big smack for the airstrike. Sorizo able to sustain back up. Kyrie taken low. Oh, finds the kill. The base wide open. Shive on it right now, right here. 11 minutes. Bigatron Alpha have made Onyx bleed.
Bigatron Alpha with the great equalizer. Convincing one, and the Sky Kings, their kingdom, still under attack. 1-1, but the Red Robots this time, their program was updated that the Yellow Porcupines failed to do their mission.
When was the last time you saw Onyx on just 2 kills?
Exactly.
Seems like a lifetime ago, man. And I guess the interview was correct. It wasn't all talk, man. When I am on...
Secure a hero for Keyboy last. But Bigatron, what do they need here? They need DPS. So, with Ixia Ben out, Bigatrix,
Well, I'd say they don't need DPS. They're up against so many squishy heroes here. The Brody
does 1-1 work?
Oh, no, not against the Irithyll. No, the Irithyll is already so strong when he gets an even lane. When you give the Irithyll a matchup against a 1-1, yeah, it's like you want, unless they have something like a Kaja that can lock people in, but it's already banned out, right? So, like I said, Brody makes sense here, and they'll be the ones to pick up the Eat It. They'll deny it over from Onyx.
Taking it away from Onyx, but now with only a Direct as the main, actually the Lancelot might be the tankiest guy on their team, and they're not going for any more tankiness. It's all about the movement. It's gonna be a Rafaela. That is not what I would be expecting, man. That's a very interesting choice.
Regular season, we saw Keyboy debuting with a healer. Florin was the pick. This time he will pick up the Rafaela. Let's see the arguably the most mechanical roamer in ID. Not on a mechanical hero, on a Rafaela.
That's interesting. We very rarely see Keyboy on healers. We have seen him on the Rafaela, however, and also the Florin. Those are the 2 healer picks that we usually see from him. And in this stage, what do you think about this, Gani? Do you think, as an Onyx fan, Rafaela is good in the hands of Keyboy, or would you much rather have those flashy heroes, his signature, on him?
As an Onyx fan, that's all I can say is I trust Keyboy and I trust Yeb.
Well, we're going straight into Land of Dawn for game number 3 right here. Will Onyx regain the faith of the people, or will Bigatron show that once again, when they do get the box here, yada yada yada?
Let's see. Was it a glitch in the system for Onyx, or was it true? Can Bigatron claim another point and claim match point? Ladies and gentlemen, game 3 between Bigatron Alpha and Onyx begins now.
Already a difference in starting positions right here. Sans going to the side lanes, picking up a bit of EXP, and Keyboy soaking up the full midway for himself, going for a more even EXP distribution, aiming for potentially a huge fight in the early game. They lose out in tankiness, but as a result, they do have a lot more magic damage, ability-based damage. It could be used to gain a bit of an advantage in the earlier turtle fight.
Oh, looking at bottom lane. That's a Purify already burnt out. But not much of an effort. Supercan rotating down below as well. Kyrie doing the same thing with a puncture. That's a stun over. Only to the minions to get himself to a spot, a different one. Superkey with an onward, again into the front, but there is no full commitment for either of these teams.
A good juke, right, from Shive earlier with the smooch skill that is within the Shive's kit, within the Broly's kit to juke away from the Thorn Rose. that was Kyrie's threat. So again, a minute 40. It seems like here both teams, no kills yet, but they are looking for creative plays.
Speaking of creative plays, Suns on the Valentina. Very, very creative, having a few options right here. But I think he's going to be gunning for that Primal Wrath, going for a lot of DPS right here. So Bigatron will have to be a bit more concerned with who they target in the middle of a fight. And with the turtle spawning already, the AXP lane play.
Look at that damage, man. I thought the shred would be enough to burst Chorizo, but he actually gets a good knockout strike in and just sprints away. By the way, if you guys are just tuning in, it's 1-1. Onyx and BTR.
0-0 though on the board. Onyx, they do not want to give this turtle for free.
If you're just tuning in, you should also know that now Bigatron going for it.
Knockout strike onto Boots with an Earth Shatter as well. Kyrie doing a good job at zoning them away right now. The Primal Wrap from San stolen away. Chorizo is going to be picked off. And that's Boots with a double. Oh, a beautiful Bism strike. Super Kendo wins the Retry battle, and now he's on 1v4. It's 3 kills for 1 turtle.
Onyx, they understand that they will, or possibly they will lose that turtle fight, but man, double for Boots. That's a huge statement.
The talent predictions, though, is also a huge statement. Faith in Onyx remains unshaken for now, but they seem to be planning for that. They know Big and Alpha are going to go straight for their objectives, try and abuse these tanky heroes, and they say, fine, we'll let you get through it, and we're going to go and damage you while you take it. And even if you do take the turtle, we're going to trade it for 3 kills, and it won't be worth it then.
Now, it's just the slow game. Once again, for both of these teams, it comes down to just farming. For Onyx, we've seen how they utilize the Death Ball. When they have a grip in the early stages, they're usually able to capitalize. Sans engaged on, takes away the Tortoise's boy Sans. And just recalls in the face of them, using that damage reduction to stay alive.
Wow, 2 poissons. Rarely we get to see those type of animations, but again, Onyx here, a very healthy lead, it seems like, right? And oh wow, with the help of Boots, Lancelot now will be able to rotate faster. Bot side though, will they commit to this? It's a 3v2 in favor of BTR. Seems like Kiwoy and C-Dubs, they are aware of this.
I don't know, but feel that it's a bit dangerous though. They're relying on movement speed, and they're all very squishy. So if Big John Alpha goes for a bit of a flicker play, something to force an engagement, they don't really have any solutions to cancel it out or escape unscathed.
Okay, 4 minutes in, and it seems like Bigatron and Onyx, they have, again, after the 3 kills, first turtle, done. They have yet to pick up another kill here. EXP though, even with Boots having 3 kills above Chorizo, no action yet. No more additional kills here. But, okay, Keyboy, let's see here. For the second neutral objective take.
Oh no, Super Key with a big miss on that flicker. That's information, very valuable information for Onyx to utilize. Astral Echo revealing 3. Keyboy flashing the BTR emote. Boost jumping into Super Ken right now, but it gets caught in the onward, but that's a baptism and an Earth Shatter. Kyrie wins the retry battle. Kyrie now in the midst of it all, jumps into the puncture, and that's Boots with the Abyssum Strike, finding one. Sans jumping in with onward, but Shiva respects it with his flicker.
Okay, the first structure here will fall. So the snowball that after post-turtle, oh, it's so visible here, Urashi.
Onyx immediately just goes online, knowing that they got the advantage right there. And the Primal Wrath on the Valentina, it's definitely a big problem that Big John Alpha don't really have a solution for just yet. Looking at the gold differences by UBS Gold though, you can see that Super Chorizo is quite far behind Boots, man. Those kills have really been kind to his pockets. CW can say the same as well. Onyx winning on multiple aspects, even in the roaming position right here, with Keyboy out-earning Key on the more proactive assist gathering support.
Oh my lord.
Ooh. A combo onto Kyrie, but it's Kyrie on a Lancelot. Just remember MSC all over again.
It's Kyrie building towards the tank side of the build here. So again, if Bigatron Alpha does catch Kyrie, he'll be sustainable enough if, again, he needs it, right?
Yeah, it's an Impure Rage Lancelot as well, so bit more damage in small increments, I guess. It doesn't really have the same kind of synergy with a tank hero, but Roots gonna go aggressive on the Super Can. Seems like Vision Alpha are too fast though, reacting so well, but look at Kyrie.
He's waiting in that bush, goes in for a puncture into a Thorn Rose, and then backs away. Just some poke damage. Meanwhile, down below, it's Sorizo. Just cutting the waves, setting up for the third turtle of the game.
The last turtle here, the setup here, very, very towards the side of Onyx. And Megatron here, no clear answer it seems like, right? Will they contest? Is it the wife's move? I don't think so.
Carry holding on to it with Boots as well. Now jumping in on the Super Can. Super Carry moving forward. The Earth Shatter comes in, but the retry should be. Yes, Kyrie. Primal Wrath coming down. Super King gonna be encased on, dove on. And even then, it's Keyboy just flickering out of the Thorn Rose, or the Thorn Parliamentary rather. Much easier. Kyrie picks up the purple buff as well. 6. Oh, and Shivek gets dove on. Forced to flicker out. Even in the mid lane, they're not able to find anything.
It's 6-0 for Onyx. It's more... Last game, it was 6-1.
Yes.
But now it's Onyx 6-0, so I don't know about that. Onyx really, really now punching. Or again,
Not holding back.
Unstoppable.
They're going all the way right here, and Bigatron, I can't help but feel like they made a bit of a mistake right there. The bottom wave was set up to push by Super Sorizo, so they had no urgency to really start that turtle engagement as urgently as they did. And because they did so, they were just lost out in the proactiveness, and they were baited by Boots, by the way. Boots goes in, everybody tried to and pin him down, and that's when the holy baptism to stun everyone up. I wish you can see a replay, but maybe later on. For now though, Onyx is just outsmarting Bigatron Alpha in how they take these fights. They don't have tanks, keep in mind right here, but they're still coming out on top.
And on the box here, remember, man, once you're behind, it gets really, really tough. They go in, collapsing on a Super Can! And I missed some strikes in the back, and Kyrie! With a Thorn Rose! Super Keen, Primal Rat tries to survive. Kyrie picks another kill. And I heard the sound of an Onyx fan in the building.
Top lane though, Super Sorizo finds an inner. So that's at least there's compensation, right?
Yep.
They lost a huge fight bottom lane, but in the top lane, Sorizo finds the turret.
This is a very fresh approach to the Baxia problem though. Most teams go for healing reduction, a lot more penetration, or shred damage like a Melissa, like a carry. But for Onyx, they're just going for full-on damage and essentially abandoning their own safety and trying to rely more on how they play the fights out to try and really win it. If Vision Alpha can find a good fight, a good flank though, it's a whole different story as Super Key looks for something right here, forcing Onyx to send two members top. This might be the chance for Bigatron to try and get something of huge value.
Not enough time. They have no time to blitz it. Right, even though two members of Onyx here, still topside, still visible. Take a look at Kyrie here. It's still technically a 60-40. Let's see what will happen. 5,000 gold lead.
Kyrie looks for an opening. It's not giving it. Earth Shatter Flicker combo right there. And a Primal Wrath immobilizing him as well. Kyrie found the maxi kill shot, and he finds it! He dies for it though. That's a torn apart memory, taking him down. A Holy Baptism connecting on the Super Cannon. Now the heavy crossbow. Not even. Just the normal basic attacks to take Super Ken down.
This is what I'm talking about. It's a 1v4 Kyrie. Still, Onyx finds the Lord, and even they manage to take down Super Ken. Bigatron Alpha, they're still in huge trouble.
Look at the players' gold by UBS Gold, man. Kyrie is all the way up there. And despite what Super Ken was saying yesterday, look at the levels, man. It's a level 14 Lancelot. Of course, he's going to get it. And now Onyx finds yet another victim, and they're going to absolutely capitalize here. They have waves with the Lord coming in.
Now you see him, now you don't. Super Key, the tank, was just used as a magic trick for Onyx. And now they try to defend. They are able to. They are able to clear out these waves, but it's a 5,600 gold lead that is building for Onyx. Up top, there's a cut for Sorizo.
10-1, 11 minutes in. And it seems like the structures now will be the target mostly for Onyx. The inner in the mid. While again, sacrifice, no problem. But the top lane here, so it's a two-wave push.
They're looking for more, but again, it is only the base turret here with some passives to play with. They can clear out the waves quite easily. For Onyx, though, it's the poke game. Sans can steal that Astral Echo, and as you saw earlier, can use that Astral Spear as well.
Well, there's two things at play right now. The fact that Super Ken on this box here is so squishy, man. He almost got instantly nuked down. And look at the healing from Keyboy.
Yeah.
He must be so ahead, because usually the healing ain't that strong, man. That is some next level healing.
When you're ahead on the Rafaela, this is what you expect. You get, even if you are super, super low, that healing gets you up very fast. And that's a retreat committed in. Boots jumps in as well. Astral Echo, but some strike. Already committed. Turn up our memory just to poke. It does deal a bit of damage to Boots. He does have that Twilight armor though, so even on the Dairoth, despite being a damage-dealing XP laner, he's very, very tanky.
10-1, 7,000 gold lead, and take a look at the gold diff here from Irithel and Brody. 2,000, Arashi. That's a lead.
That's a massive lead. You can see even more for the jungle. Kyrie, 3,000 gold ahead. Trying to put Super Ken back in his place, going for the revenge onto the steal.
Oh, man. Without retreat, by the way. Without retreat, he did that. Just used the Thorn Rose. Super Ken was the one who used retreat. It's going to be on cooldown. 15 seconds for the Lord. It's going to come up faster than his retreat, and Kyrie is already level 15. How long has he been level 15? Quite a while.
Quite a while. I believe in the last fight, he already hit 15 already. He said already 3 times there, all planned. Now Onyx, they're setting up for the trap here, trying to counter this macro play. Because Sorizo has always been a huge issue, but they're exposed right here. Sorizo knows they are around the area.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the Paquito was first pick as well, but the impact is still questionable. 0-0 as a first pick. Questionable performance here displayed by Sorizo. Onyx, they're moving on, looking for a fight. Let's see.
Good zoning from Boots. Cancels the conceal as well with a skill 1. Super Ken jumps in, finds it despite being 2 levels behind. The Earth Shatter knocks 4 up. Kyrie with a puncture, jumping into the back again, assassinating Super Ken and getting out. She may take it low, Bishop Strike not connecting. It is 1 for 1. What?
It is a 1-for-1. Both junglers taken out though. Onyx will claim the Lord. Top lane push for Sorizo. Oh, another structure bonus here. Sorizo cutting the mid. Finding the structure in that mid. Who? Wait, Lord stolen?
Yes.
Yeah, they got it. Ken got it despite the level difference.
Ken got the Lord, and they only traded 1 member for it. Despite the speed that Kibo is able to give to his teammates, it's not enough. They have enough damage though to clear the Lord, but what will Bigetron Alpha do with all this space that Onyx is forced to concede? So Sorizo on this Paquito, you're seeing again why it's always so respected. It's a huge problem in the side of Onyx, and now Super Key might be going for something.
Boots jumps in onto Key, that's an onward and an Earth Shatter. Super Ken's waiting there. Wrath. Oh my god, that burst! Sorizo can't even handle it! He gets melted down like he's nothing. And Onyx defend, not just defend, they get a good defense and even 2 kills.
Wow. The armor shred. I don't think anyone was ready for that, man. Key thought he had several more seconds, but no. 2 chains of basic attacks from the Irithel, from CW, is enough. You can see his damage being completely augmented here by the presence of this Dairoth. And just like that, Onyx has regained control. No problem.
Props to Moreno though. He's still top #1 damage dealt, but the mid lane.
Ooh.
Oh, it's just a base turret here. Taken down. The first base turret. But take a look at the pressure that Onyx is trying to give. They want the top lane turret as well, and it seems like for now, Bigetron will be able to clear the wave.
They want everything in this space as fast as possible, but Bigetron have been able to delay the game for quite a bit through, what you said earlier, Rashi, the Paquito. Sorizo always going for the Iran mode.
Well, on top of the Sorizo Iran mode is also the Super Moreno clearing everything with the Astral Sphere Astral Recall mode. As we take a look at the instant replay here for that Lord fight, Super Ken comes in, the Astral Sphere gives him that extra bit of chunk, great coordination, and Onyx, despite walking through the Toro's presence, it doesn't even matter. They keep going in, and they almost get Sive in that engagement as well, but he is forced to flicker out. It will be available now, and once again, It's a turtle play, and Sorizo already back at it, doing his thing.
It seems like game 2 was truly a simulation because now 13-2 is, I don't want to say it's more normal, but throughout the regular season, based on the regular season, it seems like Onyx is back. Let's see though, their job is not done as Bigotron Alpha still, they are looking for a way to find and grab a win, especially in this floor. Take a look at Sorizo.
Yeah. This is not good for Onyx. They're all backing away. They're panicking here. But they only send Sans, one member down below. Sans is a crucial member in these team fights. Super Key with a conceal. Opening up the map and now getting poked down quite a bit in the bottom lane. We do see the base turret falling down and he's looking for the end. Not able to do so. Just the base turret. It's a good clear by Sans. He knows better than to go for a trade. Now it's Moreno with an Astral Sphere. Not connecting, but Bigotron Alpha have delayed this Lord by another few seconds, a few minutes even.
They got the Lord without any, they got the base turret without the Lord. So that's a huge win for the Red Robots here. And Onyx, they are a little bit driven here by the plans of Onyx, by the plans of BTR.
That macro play, that's the one thing that they have always excelled in. They're doing it again right here. They need to try and capture Sorizo, almost do so here. But until this problem is alleviated, I guess there's the benefit of Bigotron not being able to really shred down this Lord as fast. So even if Sorizo can pull members away, it doesn't guarantee that Bigotron Alpha can sneak it before Onyx can come back and make it a costly Lord.
18-25, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here, right? And they're past the first game. Take a look at the mid lane though.
No Irithyll. The Irithyll's in the bottom lane. Paquito is going to be slain. He has the immortality now, stunned up and taken down, and Bigotron Alpha weren't able to find anything in that advantage for V5.
Wow.
A big win for Onyx again.
The mind games, man. It seemed like Bigotron made a mistake, but look at how Onyx were playing. Imagine you're on the perspective of Bigotron, right? Everyone jumps right at you. You assume the Irithyll is coming by. Turns out he's all the way down there. And Bigotron, they back away for nothing. That mind game has paid off exceptionally for Onyx.
What a forced error, man. Beautifully done by Onyx. Able to outsmart BTR, but it doesn't change. Wait. Oh, you got Brody all the way in the bottom lane. Let's see if Onyx realized this fast enough. Super Key gonna be taken very low, taken down. Now it's Weekend versus Kyrie, and who gets it? It's Kyrie, but in the bottom lane, now Shive trying to go for the end. With a big splash of damage.
Oh, the
One more hit should do it. Wait, the Truncheon! A mysterious man with a nature though. Two natures.
Get countered!
Holy moly, get wrecked!
Man.
That was a mysterious Winter Truncheon from the mysterious man himself. Gila Sans!
Onyx, man, 6-2, 20 minutes. They got the Lord. Take a look at Chive. He will be out 30 seconds. This is the perfect window for the Yellow Porcupines to find that match point.
Sorizo buys the winner. Supercan now with a shield unity. That's a two-man knockout. Strike, go! CW is godlike. Game 2 was taken by BTR, and right now, wait a minute, the base is open. It was just a fluke. Onyx says, you can't do it again. They dismantle BTR. No, they didn't just dismantle BTR. They humiliated BTR. Sans recall to defend a split push.
Wow.
Holy.
They won without a tank. How is that even possible? We haven't seen this kind of composition meta for the longest time. And Onyx somehow just made it work so easily.
Onyx match point. 2-1 the scoreline. Let's see. Bigotron Alpha. Their job here. Yeah, mission failed, unfortunately, here to win the game and having control.
You know, and remember,
slow during team fights, but I feel like it's not enough. Bigotron though, let's see the response. Hilda!
Hey Arashi, we just faced the Hilda just last night actually.
Yes, we did.
On the Lancelot. I was on the Lancelot. And Yeah, the Hilda is an oppressive force, especially when you combine it together with a proper mid laner that does damage, Valentina, and a fast-clearing jungler that is also very tanky and mobile, Baxia. We suffered a whole lot against a Hilda Martis just last night, and I think this might be a more dangerous combo. That Baxia can get to places, can follow up onto the Hilda's plays much faster. So Onyx, they need a stomper. They need a good damage, a good roamer that has a lot of base damage to try to hold them off.
Valier?
Hey, good choice.
Yo! It's possible, and it's not beyond imagination, but it will be the show. Gonic knows best. But man, you forgot, Mirko, the tail end of that story. We came out on top. We still won. The early game will be brutal, but if Onyx can hold on right here, they can definitely begin to outscale. Looking at the stats only though, Bigatron, they are just losing out on multiple angles here.
Yeah, except for the crowd control, right? You saw that we know that the crowd control from the side of Onyx is very, very weak. But then again, let's see here, can Bigatron capitalize on that department?
They're playing with slows, they're trying to just outmaneuver BTR. Sure, they have a lot of CC, but you need to land those skills. I'm terrified from Valen, the knockout strike from Paquito, the shield unity even. The only thing that's confirmed is the Brody corrosive strike.
Ladies and gentlemen, match point for Onyx and Bigatron.
5 seconds till the
It's time! Let's see. Will it be Onyx here winning this game, or will Big Atron Alpha find another glitch in the system and claim another game?
That's the big question here. It's time. Oh, look at that damage. Yeah, this is what I was expecting. What did Kyrie go for? Impure Rage. There you go. Super Key with another round of damage, but that's the red tree to secure the orange buff. Super Key is just lingering though over in this vicinity. Going on to Kyrie again, getting 2 big shots.
That's a lot of pressure, and the side lanes are going to converge on it as well. Onyx, Kibo and Sans tries their best to try and deter these maneuvers, but for now, it won't be enough. 3 agilities. Everyone's trying to be speedy right here. 2 sprints as well, by the way. Only Super Marino with the flicker. So, speed is the issue right here. And without the adequate crowd control, Onyx are just trying to outmaneuver. A bit of a similar situation from game 2.
3-man into the enemy jungle. Kyrie's trying to look for an opening right now for a retribution. The Jikundo comes in, but 2 jabs will secure first blood for Cerezo. Bigatron Alpha strikes first, and they take the entirety of Kyrie's bottom side jungle.
It's all part of the plan, and Bigatron Alpha, they have an update, and they did it, right? With the play, with the Hilda opening, they forced Kyrie on the retreat earlier on, which gives more information that, yeah, let's go and invade. And take a look at now, Kyrie's way behind if you compare it to Superken.
Definitely. I mean, he's still level 2, and Superken's already at level 4. He finally gets that level 3, but he gets chunked as well. Unfortunately, I don't think a Keyboy that is below level 4 can really have any say against this Hilda, right? He really needs to wait for that Wave the Dragon. Cerezo's even rotated up top. They're going in. They're just going to let the Baxia solo the turtle, and Cerezo's job desk is literally follow Super Key.
We haven't seen a strat like this in a long time. Follow Kyrie around, basically shut him down completely. We've seen that when Onyx really gets Kyrie shut down this bad, usually if he's behind by a level or 2, it's manageable. But when he's down this far behind, it's very difficult for Onyx to come back, and Bigatron are trying to use it to its full potential.
Even here, on the gold buff, he's forced to use the retreat. That's the only farm he got on the bottom side. The Hilda's looking for a gank. The Astral Echo reveals him. Last Insanity coming down, and Super Moreno, just one more splash should do it. He flickers forward to find the kill. No way the Dragon. Moreno is doing exactly what Sans does to every single team. He's recalling on Sans.
Holy moly, that is what Karma feels like. And take a look at Superken. Again, with the steals, he's level 7. Let's check Kyrie. He's level 3. 4 levels behind Arashi.
And look at Cerezo. Look at Cerezo. You're not even going to be able to take one of the green camps for free. Always trading with punches. And he got it. But with a retreat again, he's forced to constantly use retreat for a single camp.
How to turn tables for Kyrie, and yet the faith of the talents remain unchanged. Onyx right now, they're still behind, trying to deal as much as possible with Bigatron. Already at a 2.4k gold lead, mainly by denying farm. It's not even the kills right here. And with so many beefy heroes, I fully expect Sans to go for something more of a utility build, like a glowing wand perhaps. Because with the Clock of Destiny, Lightning Truncheon, they're trying to burst out a Hilda and box. Yeah, I don't think so.
To be fair, Erythal is okay. Wave Dragon though.
All right, Way the Dragon there. Long Teresa, but the Boxer wins in this duel. And Keyboy was just deleted. My lord, that damage. Definitely wasn't expecting that, and now Ken just picks up the orange buff for free. Wait, he retreated that, so he's still playing it really safe. The turtle has now spawned in. And yeah, there's still no answers to Key despite the Way the Dragon being ready.
And this is an uncharacteristic game here for Onyx. Because Sans, the most active man, the Gila Sans in the mid lane, he hasn't been doing anything. He's staying there, clearing, and that's all he is allowed to do by Bigatron. Kyrie though takes the gold buff here with the help of Keyboy, and you can see that Bigatron losing a bit of pressure in the stranglehold.
I just checked the items here. Yeah, it's gonna be potentially a perfect turtle. Top side though, it's looking very heated, seems like.
He's just walking around, man. There's a Way the Dragon bringing him back, but I think he might just be too tanky. He also has the sprint, uses it, and he should be able to get out right now. That's whoa, close call. The sprint faster than the spear.
Item check, Haas Claws, and Leather Jerkin here for Erythal.
What about for the Lancelot, right? The guy who is 5 levels behind.
Molten Essence only.
Oh, man.
Molten Essence only. Oh, man, he's so behind. Let's see here again, 5 minutes in. Gold-wise, 5,000.
Way the Dragon, Chorizo, not as tanky, not as sustainable as a Hilda. That's the first kill. Onyx are finally on the board, but Bigatron traded instantly with a pick-off on top, and even, again, more invades. Kyrie's forced into the lane.
Almost a steal there for Sans, but yes, overall, now even in the lane, even split pushing Kyrie isn't left alone.
Ooh, he stole the heavy crossbow just to dash more.
And with the recalls as well. Feisty play from Moreno, just the way Mirko likes it. But man, super key. Stuck like glue to Kyrie, like an obsessive fan here, just chasing him down.
You know what this reminds me of, actually?
What?
Shout out to the chat, because I actually read this from the chat. It reminds me of Todok's strat. Remember M4 group stage? How Todok beat Onyx. Was this?
With the Hilda.
Shout out to Coach Amokes for that draft. And now it's Coach Aldo, a good friend of his.
Ooh. Learning from the experiences of others is definitely a great way to gain success, but for now, this purple buff is still hardly contested. Level 11, level 6. Seems impossible for Kyrie right now.
They're throwing everything there, and that's a retribution to secure it. Kyrie didn't even bother using that retry. He knows that it's too far. 5 level diff, even if that has to be a miracle retry.
Oh my goodness. Again, it seems very, very far here, ladies and gentlemen, for Onyx. Kyrie level 7, Super Ken at level 12, perfect turtle, and again the structures. Bigatron, they have not forget it, but good mechanics.
Uncharacteristic kick off angle. Keyboy now should fall. The Tornapart memory is ready, and yes, it picks him off. Not just Kyrie, Keyboy, Sans, and maybe even CW are just playing completely different to what we expect them to play.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Oh, take a look at the mid lane here. A lot of action. Boots even popped the last Insanity just to clear, though. But Chive has the Heptases and Malefic. That's why I keep...
Way the Dragon! Super Moreno finds the kill on Boots! Wow. The Faraga armor didn't feel like armor. It felt like cheese. Just Moreno was the butter knife with heat on it, slicing it through.
I did not expect this outcome. Game 4, ladies and gentlemen. 7,000 gold lead for Bigatron.
Remember what you said to Arashi Gani, I'll say it to you. Is it over? They're going in again. Kyrie with the Phantom Execution back defensively. And it's Bigatron Alpha completely controlling the game. 5 level lead still keeping at it.
Usually the safe zone for you to be able to just do whatever you want is about 10k Division Alpha making good progress to get there. Super can already almost level 14. That's a huge disparity. And there's not enough damage for Onyx to even clear the waves efficiently right here. And look at that, Kyrie, man. He's just completely bullied down, losing in levels. But you can say the same thing about everyone. But he is only above Keyboy, man. The Boots and CW, everyone is higher level than the jungler.
I mean, here, just look at it this way, all right? Bigatron Alpha's Roamer is higher level than Kyrie.
Yes.
That's so significant. And to add salt to the wound, Brody, 2,000 gold ahead of CW. So itemization-wise, he is far ahead if you compare it. 8,000, 8 minutes, 9 minutes in.
Well, finally we have a Lightning Truncheon in the hands of San, so the damage is going to ramp up. But towards who? Right? If it lands onto Super Sorizo, Super Ken, or Super Key, it's negligible. He needs to thread the needle and hit Moreno or Sive. But now Super Ken stalking for a play or just denying the orange buff.
5-1.
5-1.
A low kill game.
Gold. Exactly. Kyrie still level 9. Super Ken almost 15 here. Still a very, very long game here forward side of Onyx. Lord marching top side. Purple buff favors the side of Bigatron.
Is that really like a question, right? I mean, he even retreated. It just, yeah, that was just Sorizo getting the purple buff. He retreated early, and now, again, Kyrie is forced to do what Ken did on the Fanny, rotate over. But wait, the Hilda's chasing him. This might be a solo kill down below, folks. You might be able to see it right now. Key is chasing there. Keyboy gets a good kill onto Sorizo with a good way. The Dragon Flicker comboed in with CW's damage, and the Hilda is still chasing the Lancelot.
That's a distraction, folks, right? Oh, there's a knockup in the mid.
Last Insanity as well, all the way to the front, but that's a Last Insanity responded over as well. Moreno flickers out to safety. Meanwhile, still a 1v1 going on. The Hilda versus Lancelot. That's a shield unity onto Keyboy. No more damage for now. And still, all the time that we were talking, it's still the Hilda chasing Kyrie down below.
A good 2.5 minutes. It was Kyrie versus K.
How does he recall?
Kyrie low on HP, but
Look,
Kyrie smells trouble. He smells.
He's farming. Oh no.
Sorizo is here.
Well, now with Sorizo here, that's the power of the wilderness from Key. That was a 2-minute chase down below.
That's insane. Look at the player's gold right here. Kyrie, third from the bottom, only above the roamers.
Wow.
Definitely not ideal, but he bought some time right there. And to his credit, he was still farming while escaping, so small victories right here is what they need. But look at Bigatron Alpha ruthlessly chasing.
Shield unity as well. You gotta be careful though, right? Because Keyboy is still very much alive here and can make those plays that he did just earlier. CW, heavy crossbow forward. You still have these turrets just splashing the damage. Keyboy jumps in with the G-Kundo, but is not able to find that way. The Dragon respects the Terrify. Moreno, no flicker. Moreno down. Little mistakes like this, Onyx are capitalizing slowly but surely.
It seems like it's a small kill, but it's a huge one for Onyx, right? They desperately needed a play, and with Super Moreno taken out,
His
it
first
might
purple
set
buff.
that tempo.
Wow.
It is perhaps the first purple buff for Kyrie. But then again, Kyrie, all he needs is just one momentum to turn the game around. Let's see though, it's still a game for Bigatron to win.
You know that feeling when you just wake up and you're thirsty as heck, and then you get that first drink of cold water?
That's
Man,
the first purple buff.
Kyrie must be feeling so good right here, but he is still
He's thirsty.
3 levels down, and it's a Lord in contention right now, but Super Sorizo trying to do his best to just get these plays to happen before.
Look at that. Defensive Last Insanity.
Wow.
And I think that might just be the end of this contest. They know that Kyrie is way too far behind still. It's not 5 levels anymore, but 3 is still a big number to be behind.
Yep.
And BTR will just secure it. Onyx knows their limits.
Here's the thing, Arashi, right? Sure,
Yes.
8,000 gold. Onyx, they're behind, but they have glimpses, they have shown potential that they can turn the game around. How though?
The main tool that comes to mind is Keyboy with the Way of the Dragon. All the kills they have right here, all due to Keyboy making the plays happen. But that's still something that can happen. And Moreno and Sive don't really have the Purify, so it's still definitely an option. And Sans, even though he hasn't been doing so hot, he has still been able to avoid death multiple times here. He has the damage that's required to clear out these waves.
Whoa.
Now look at the top side.
Look at this flank, the shield unity all the way to the back right there. Boots is able to pull him back. Keyboy! With the dragon onto Shive, but no follow-up just yet. Kyrie jumps in with the Phantom Execution, only finding Super Key. That's a throw! A big one! Onyx has found 3 on top of the Lord defense!
Onyx, they are going crazy. The composure that they have, the mentality that they have. It was once 5 levels behind for the junglers, and still they hold on.
A lot of teams, they get overzealous when they get to the base of their opponents. That is where it's the most dangerous. You have no flanks. You have no vision to play around with. That is where Onyx was just waiting for a chance. And looking at the gold, Kyrie, a far cry from adequate gold, but he is coming back. And the top 4 actually consist of Onyx still. So the gold differences...
Damage dealt, Arashi, that was damage dealt.
Oh, sorry, damage dealt, my mistake. But yes, they're still doing a lot of damage here. So Big and Alpha are tanky, but Onyx still have damage. It's all about getting the chance to output it onto the right members.
And look at the Lord advantage, right? 2,400 gold earned for Onyx. And Kyrie, that 5-level diff, it's now down to just 1 level. 1 level diff, that's all the lead, the last 15 minutes, it's amounted to a 1-level lead only now.
That's the painful part of playing in a MOBA with a comeback mechanic. You do all you can, and 1 mistake is enough for everything to swing back in the other direction.
Do you think, Arashi, Bigatron Alpha has failed to
Is that the window?
snowball?
Did the window close? Is that your question?
Exactly.
Well, according to the #1 Pikachu fan, it's 15 minutes, but now Super can.
Right now, Last Insanity, Super King can be brought back to the team, and the Last Insanity plus CW's damage will do it. Chorizo in the back, finding the shutdown onto CW. That's a kill. Kyrie with the Phantom Execution, only defensively. Super King going to be able to survive right now. Is that to Jikundo onto Chorizo to disengage. 2 for 1. It's a weirdo. Chorizo jumps back forward, almost takes the immortality of Keyboy. 1 jungler up versus 0 jungler for BTR. They don't have the red tree, and therefore Sans will be able to just reveal them and stop them, prevent the Lord take.
Goodness, stop this guy, Arashi. Chorizo, the angle that he was able to find in that play, that was the difference maker.
Definitely. But now, with that window still, Big and Alpha were unable to secure the Lord, and now this is a bit more contested, but with the wave pushing on top, it still might be Bigachon's Lord to take.
Knockout strike there, and Chorizo is able to maneuver around. Moreno does a bit of damage. Keyboy has the flicker, so this is going to be a big play moment, but they burst it. They blitzed the Lord.
9-7 though, ladies and gentlemen, the Lord. Both teams have not yet resetted, and the Lord already marches. This might actually favors Onyx.
Yep. It might, right? I mean, Chorizo can just clear and get that sustain. CW gets the orange buff here. That's going to be a very important resource to have. And the 3 waves might not be coming at the right time. Moreno's still quite far.
Exactly. Let's see how will Bigatron Alpha play this out. Sentry top lane. Wow, spots 3 or even 4 members, 5 members even. Let's see the defense and the offense.
Yep.
This may be the final push.
It may be, but it doesn't look like it now with the damage placed onto the Lord. Supercan walks forward. Shield Unity cancelled already, now pops into Poissons. And that's the Lord cleared out. That's the advantage that they had. Now the Astral Echo reveals 5 members. Kyrie jumps in, but gets caught with a knockout strike. Now, Jikundo by Keyboy. Super Key pops in the sprint. That's the Last Insanity by Boots. Looking for it, finds it with a big explosion. And Supercan is slowed down. The Echo reveals it. Bang! Moreno trying to survive here, but Ken falls again. Every time BTR push, they leave with the loss.
2 members taking out, 2 expensive members. Key and Ken, no front lines now.
Every single time it gets into the late game, every single time Big and Alpha lose control. This is the story, man. They get overzealous, they make mistakes. They really should be playing to try and recover the control, but it's not enough. That's gonna be a winter truncheon by Super Moreno and Onyx. They're making their move here. They have infinitely better siege potential with the range. They're trying to go and brute force it. might not be available, but it's a better chance than just waiting for the next Lord, which is exactly what Bigatron Alpha has to do.
He wintered because I think he thought that there was a Jikuno Flicker coming in, but hey, it was a fate from the Keyboy.
The Bulls yesterday, they fell short against the robots. This time, it seems like the Porcupines, they want to take revenge in the name of the Fauna. And Bigatron Alpha, they are quite in a bit of a situation.
I still think that their composition has some value here, but only when they can really force Onyx into positions. So I think when the Lord comes, there's a chance that they can try and do the same thing, right? Split push, and they can do it now with 2 members. The Hilda can serve the exact same purpose. Late game Hilda, I think we have flashbacks to when Rekt was using it, just one-shotting a Ling.
Sally Boy.
Oh, Sally Boy, yes.
Sally Boy on the Ling, I remember that.
Exactly, so the Hilda can still split push. There's still ways Bigatron Alpha can play this out, but the last thing they want to do is rush towards the base and get caught in the slows and slowly but surely get run over by Onyx.
Okay. Now it's the Lord. This time evolved. Spawning into the Lanodon, Super Ken gets chunked, and he takes the whole force of that Meteor, Astral Meteor.
Let's see here the setup. Lancelot and Paquito. Paquito will clear the bot lane first, and then let's see here what Onyx will respond with. Seems like they're still sending Lancelot. That's information. Lancelot bot lane. They can blitz the Lord now.
Remember the burst that they have here. Look at the damage from CW. If Keyboy gets away the Dragon, I think even without Lancelot, even without Kyrie, that should be a kill. And now Cerezo still tasked with the same thing. But there are 3 members walking down below. He might just have been baited here. Wait, the Dragon locking him down right now. And let's see if they make the commitment. Cerezo still able to survive for now. He's gonna shield 1. With skill 1, another big shield. But CW chases him down. Only the immortality. CW is still in the bottom lane. By the way, Cerezo can buy a little bit more time. Wait, Cerezo! With the nature used up, Cerezo's bought the time! And beats tier 1 to fight up top! Boots taken low, Farago armor taken out, Moreno with 1 more splash should be able to take it, 1 basic attack there! He finds it, Kyrie loses his life, no! Only the immortality, able to escape with the Phantom Execution. Boots down, and Onyx have lost the Evolved Lord to BTR.
Rarely do we see the championship lineup losing a trade, but Bigatron Alpha that time, they outplayed the champions of C.
Cerezo, bro!
Moreno got the Lord. It wasn't Ken. Moreno got the Lord as well.
Well, now it's back to a defense for Onyx, and this is a very familiar spot. The damage from CW now is not ignorable, but nobody's the front line for this Lord. Moreno goes in.
With a big splash of damage, CW's able to kite right now. Remember the pattern. Every time they push, wait, a Dragon from Keyboy cancels out. She flicker is out. Kyrie taken low. Keyboy losing immortality right now. Is that's giving some damage to memory to the back line. The base wide open. This might be it. Bigatron Alpha takes it to game 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, match 1. It was a 3-2.
Cerezo!
In the second match, it will be another 3-2. What a play by Bigatron Alpha, holding on. And, well, welcome to Game 5.
What? Nobody expected Game 5. No one!
Now, bro.
Against Onyx. What was your prediction, Arashi?
I don't remember, but I knew that they were going to win here. You know why?
Potential hard guard coming through. I dislike the Masha, but let's see though, right? Let's see what Bigatron does.
The disarm is still very valuable.
The disarm, yes.
You don't have to burst him down. You can just zone him away enough that the rest of your team can do damage, but it's gonna be an Akai for the neutral objective. It's gonna be that Cecilian, man. That's a Bigatron. The last time we saw this, I believe it was not Moreno.
It was Moreno.
Oh, it was
Regular
Moreno.
season, final day against Evo's Legends. The match to get to playoffs, and it was Moreno on the Sicilian. It was a Sicilian that shouldn't have won early, but did. It was a Sicilian who snowballed.
I gotta be honest, the composition from the side of Bigatron, it's very scary. They have a proper engage tool, and this engage tool, they have range. They also have crowd control. It's a perfect balance setup composition. Onyx, they lack crowd control.
They do.
And will crowd control? No, it won't be crowd control.
Crowd control.
It's more sustained.
That's
to
more
deal.
kiting.
It's
Look
more
at that.
sustained to deal with the damage output, man.
Trying to dissect what Coach Jeb was saying earlier.
What is that?
He was doing like a hand gesture, pointing fingers to fingers. I don't know what that means. That's why I'm asking you guys. What does that mean?
Arashi knows
Not
it.
quite sure, man. Honestly, are we gonna see the birth of a new combo?
Yo, Rashi, Jays is in the building.
What?
Never mind.
Bro, come on, you got my hopes up.
Almost, man. Is he? Yeah, I know. It's a very similar looking.
Another Asian-looking guy with short hair and square glasses. Got you, Mirko. Missed it. I missed it myself, but ladies and gentlemen, the bands are locked in. The picks are locked in. There could be a potential Angela Sicilian combo here for Bigatron, but Onyx seems to be bringing their A game. The showdown between supports to the Mathilda and the Angela. Let's see how it plays out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time! One more game, one more shot to stay in the upper
Welcome to
brackets.
Mobile Legends.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bigatron Alpha and Onyx. What will happen in Game 5? Let's wait and see.
Oh,
My lord.
You know what's crazy? Arashi's Samsung A345G ran out of battery with 10 games, and wow, that's how long Arashi didn't charge from yesterday, Connie. That's the 5,000 mAh power,
I think
baby.
even from the day before.
Okay, no. Yesterday, he charged it. So when he says go, it's go time.
Look at this walk, though. This boss walk.
Let's go. Again, it's time, ladies and gentlemen. Bigatron Alpha and Onyx. Best of 5, Game 5. With the composition that Onyx has right now, which is very minimal about crowd control. Let's see how well it pans out.
They're trying to use only the Mathilda, but they have a lot of damage though, right? Joy, Lilia, and Bruno. Bigatron Alpha, you gotta be careful here. Onyx might just be planning on outlasting them in a fight, and until later, way later on, I don't think Moreno can match up to that damage, but you already see that Kyrie is getting pressured as always.
Okay, that retribution was used up by Kyrie. Supercan holding on to it. Meanwhile, now Kyrie jumps in with the rhythm. Back and forth, has electrifying beats, pops it here under the turret, but Supercan is able to sustain back up with a built-in shielding. Meanwhile, up top, we do see that CW with the help of Keyboy has been able to bully Shive.
130 here in Game 1. Still killless 0-0, but top lane, Chiva pressured under the turret. Again, Key and Keyboy, great support, seems like. But that's information, that's vision here. Turtle will favor the side of Onyx here, supposed to.
Well, Boots is already going for the cut, and the mid lane can be pushed very reliably with that Lilia. So we'll have to see. I think initially, considering the Mathilda shield goes onto all members, Onyx will have a bit more of an advantage.
Let's see, penalty zone coming in, and the heavy spin as well, but wow! Kyrie finds it, how? Walks up, retries, and gets out. That's a drive-by. Sorizo now on the chopping block, flickers out to safety, but gets dove on by 3 members. It's first blood. Picked up by Boots, looking for more electrifying beats.
No mana?
Not enough. Super Key, able to escape.
Good calculation, and take a look at that. Even with Sorizo taken out, the orange buff, it's free. And no response, no answer for the side of Bigatron.
For now, it's still aggression. Super K has no mana. But look at that cancel, man. That's why the Circling Eagle now is so much more versatile. It doesn't guarantee that you end up in a bad spot. And Kyrie is getting all the space he wants. He is out for a vengeance for what Bigatron did to him in the previous games.
Let's see. Even here, 3 minutes already, 1,000 gold. That seems small, but significant, ladies and gentlemen. Hardcore now hovered around Super Ken's hero. But no commitments yet. 50 seconds towards the next turtle. Rotation-wise, they should focus down on the top side of the map. But hell, it seems like it's just that kill that one kill that Onyx has here in play.
Why do I get the feeling that we're building up to a double Uranus cut, but super key?
It's heavy spin though into the box. Oh my god! Keyboy and Sans able to escape forward now, but Super Moreno has rotated. One bad impact should do it right now, but Kyrie jumps in, able to get the guiding win with the zone. Perfectly done. 2,000 gold lead with a fast-paced game by Onyx.
And I just called it out, but there we go. Boots in the base, cutting 2 waves. If Biggerton wants macro, Onyx is going to give it to them. And Boots is oppressive, and he's a solo here against 4, technically. Doesn't care.
And with that clear, Onyx can focus again on the top lane. And there you go, the first structure will fall in the first 4 minutes. Black Shoes, well calculated by Sans. And let's see here, they might go for the domino. After that turtle take, they might convince and just invade on the purple.
Definitely, I mean the turtle should be secured, so Supercan will just use the retribution here to secure a purple buff. But that means giving the snowball over to Onyx. Look at Kyrie, 2 levels ahead of the Sakai.
2 levels is not as big as the 4 levels and 6 levels you saw earlier, but Supercan now the target of an aggressive play, and Kyrie, I think, failed to get the orange?
Kyrie got it.
Yeah.
He did get it.
So Kyrie used a retry. Meanwhile, Ken, because he did and used a retry on that purple, it's still on cooldown. Again, it's looking like it's shaping up to be a clean game from Onyx. Right, 3,000 gold lead, minute 5. Biggerton Alpha 0, nothing on the board. In neutral objectives, even structures. So let's see here, can Onyx maintain this pressure?
Circling Eagle just to escape. This is the pressure that Matilda has. Oh, wow! The audience prediction, I don't think that's quite right. I think 54-66 is proper math.
You never know, man.
What? No, like 54 plus 66 is 120.
Well, maybe we're above 100, but now
Season
Super
12.
Marino baits with the hard guard, and Boots will be able to slide out of there. Way too tanky still with the regen.
Okay, let's see here again, right? The structure in the bottom lane is quite exposed. But okay, Erythel and Angela, they're up for it. They will defend that. Poke though. And still 0 kills for Biggertron Alpha here.
Let's see, it's going to be Kyrie jumping in under the tier 1, just trying to zone Super Ken. He's 3 levels ahead right now, but Boots just pops in. Oh my god, that's the burst damage from CW. Now Super Moreno going to be dove in. He finds a kill onto Boots, but he dies from the assassination of Kyrie in the back. CW stealing the purple buff away, and it is all Onyx here.
Man, Onyx ain't letting Biggerton Alpha use the combo at all. Every single fight, the hardcore just isn't enough.
Electrifying beats, but Super Key is still able to flicker out. Looking to be a fast game from Onyx. They are ruthless.
Man, the guiding win from Keyboy has been on point this game, providing cover and as well as initiation. 6 minutes and 4 kills. Finally, Biggertron's kill board adds 1, but it is on towards Uranus. So it's still okay for the Yellow Porcupines. The Kings of Sea still in full control.
That guiding win is deceptively long, man. I thought it was going to be a bit shorter, but every single time, even when Kyrie jumps in, he just finds the way to get to the guiding win. And now, ooh, heavy spin.
On the CW, oh, that's a big pick to get. And Cerezo's the one who picks it up now with the hard guard. Supercan will be able to sustain this burst, but in the back, Kyrie goes with the electrifying beats. Penalty zone connecting onto 2. And they're looking for more. The bad impact is starting to deal damage. There's 5,000 gold lead. It doesn't feel like a 5,000 gold lead. For some reason, Biggertron are dealing so much damage.
Just depends on how the fight plays out. If Biggerton Alpha are able to get Onyx to just stick around together, which is quite simple considering how the guiding win works, I think they can still get huge value from all the AoE, the penalty zone, the heavy crossbow even technically, and of course the bad impacts. But now Keyboy again making this obnoxious play, just spamming the circling eagle.
8 minutes in, Zorizo, the burst damage.
A lot of burst damage, the claws not connecting. Sans foresees the black shoes right now as that's a retribution from Kyrie to secure the purple buff. 8 minutes in, Biggertron Alpha down to the tier 2 in the mid lane, but now Sans gonna be caught in the pin. Super Ken with a heavy spin, but look at the healing coming in with a guiding win is not enough. Super Moreno picks up a kill, and again, this 5,000 gold lead, Onyx aren't able to do whatever they want.
Oh, Super Moreno just cashes out 200 extra gold with that kill. Not bad. And 5,000 gold now. They want the bottom.
Circling Eagle to the back. Kyrie needs to respect this damage, but CW doesn't, and he gets the turret now. So Rizzo, penalty zone onto the back. CW with a flicker forward, but that's the heavy crossbow. Shive jumps in, but now the healing has helped him. CW out. Boots is chasing, but Shive is doing a lot of damage. That's the guiding win. HP coming back again. Super can jump in, and Super Key finds the kill. Kyrie, what? There's so much chaos! And how? BTR have won against the 4.5k gold lead of Onic.
Team Onic, they overcommitted there, Arashi. They jump in, miscalculated a bunch of times. And of course, Bigger and Alpha, they're there to capitalize. And take a look at the aftermath, right? They got the Lord now. Let's see though, Keyboy. Ooh, good knockup, but again, no clear follow-up.
They're blitzing it, CW is going for the worldie. Bouncing on the floor! Sariza with a penalty zone on the CW! Collapsing and now getting the kill! The blitz has worked, and Shive on the Ducati is just rolling Keyboy down.
Unbelievable. Big Alpha pushing the pace onto Onic, and they're losing control right here. Losing members, losing the control of the waves as well. And now with the Lord, potentially losing multiple turrets in the process. They can't deal with the Irithel Angela combo just yet. Not enough damage. And despite the best efforts from Keyboy, the kiting just wasn't enough. They went for a fight without Sans, and they paid the very costly price. Kyrie now trying to make a bit of macro play, clearing the Lord before it gets close, but look at this.
Multiple angle fight, some damage, bad impact, and the Sanguine Claws. In the bottom lane, Kyrie is pushing, split pushing, clearing out that bottom, steals away the jungle, still maintaining this lead. Not a 4-level lead anymore, but it's still a solid amount. It's 3.
A good display of defense on how to counter the First Lord, right? If you're even economy-wise, if you're slightly ahead even, that's how you control the Lord. Clear, send people multiple, send one top, send one bottom, and then just clear with it. And meanwhile, Bigger John Alpha, they fail to capitalize on that Lord here. 10 minutes, sure. Minute 5, it was 3,000 gold lead from Onic, but Bigger John Alpha, they have equalized.
Circling Eagle, just to, oh, wow.
Yikes. It's a lot of bad impact damage.
What are the stacks
I think
on this
even
guy?
Boots, he takes about a quarter of his health with a single bad impact. So now the execution becomes even more important for Onic. They lack crowd control, but they need to try and find a way to pick Super Moreno off. If they just try and wrestle with the healing, I think the Angela inside Super Moreno or Sive will still win out over whatever Keyboy can do on this Matilda. It needs to be the positioning, the in and out that Onic is so famous for. And technically, if they can maintain control right here, they can play that macro game. It's a Uranus against a Terizla.
That's the retreat from Superken. Actually, both retreat, but Superken got it now. Jumps forward, forces the black shoes, but look at CW.
Oh,
look at a bad impact!
Ouch. Ouch. Does that mean, Arashi, that CW should rethink and build a Rose Gold ASAP?
There's value in building that, but I don't know if he wants to itemize
damage
for the Rose Gold or go for something like an Athena or something. It's already at 200 stacks, doing a lot better than Lemon Sicilian we saw earlier. It's stacking up a Storm, and Onic has not been able to dictate what Super Moreno is doing. They haven't been able to dive him. They haven't been able to invade. They're playing still for the Lord right here. I think it's on Boots to try and make something happen.
It is. It might be on Boots here. 12 minutes, a lot of action. But if you really think about it, it's normal, right? Considering the total kills as just only 10. Lord now, that is enhanced, is up. And Onic here, the first one to clear the bottom lane. Let's see here how will Bigatron Alpha respond this. If one member showed, I think Onic can blitz the Lord. Let's see though, Super Ken is still in that vicinity. And perhaps he wants to contest here. As in Kai, of course, you need to contest the neutral objectives.
Well, now, talking about the macro pressure, the Angela in Super Key is being used to push a Keyboy. Forced to use a Circling Eagle. It's a lot of damage available. Onic can blitz it down, but the Heart Guard already... No, it hasn't been used yet, I believe, so it's still a bit of a dance. But Super Ken is always looming around. Kyrie is level 15, by the way. Should be guaranteed, but you never know.
It's a heavy spin. He has the mechanic to do so. Kyrie now jumps back, tries to go for it. Penalty zone used up. Shive now with the help of the hard guard. Super Ken versus Kyrie. Retreat battle. Who's gonna be? It's gonna be Kyrie with a level lead. But Boots gets gunned down, taken out. That's a bad impact, taking him out. Super Ken now jumping forward. Heavy spin from Super Ken, but it doesn't find it. CW is the one who actually punishes him. There's no follow-up for the side of BTR, and Onyx take a massive dub.
He has Wind Talker, attack speed, and let's see here. Super Ken out. Lord is on the side of Onyx. Let's see how many base turrets here taken out. Looking at the manipulation here of waves, Onyx can get 3.
They can, but keep in mind the bad impacts and clear so fast. Unless the Lord actually comes in. Keyboy, within a split second, takes so much damage, but Sans tries to trade it all back. If you talk about late game, the Sicilian definitely has the more direct damage, but in the longer engagement, Sans can still definitely wreak havoc in the whole team fight situation. Bit of a split push for Onyx. They're trying to erase the waves in such a way they can get some more here.
Formation here is set. 4 members already. 5 members now. Top lane will be the main priority, it seems like, but the mid will fall first. Onyx, they just want the structures.
We're taking everything, even the bottom lane with CW, and Shive is the one tasked with the Lord. The mini waves are pushing in, and they are poking Bigatron Alpha quite a bit. Hard guard still held on by Super Aki, as the mini waves have finally been cleared out, but it is looking grim for BTR. Onyx have built back a 7.2k gold lead.
We haven't seen such dynamic gold swing in a long time, man. Usually it goes to 6 or 7k. If it gets reversed, very rarely does it build up again to 7. But at 15 minutes, this is the late game. So Bigatron Alpha, this is where they're supposed to shine. And Onyx, they've done their work in the early game by getting all 3 base turrets. Now, can they, through the macro plays, can they find the windows to actually end the game through the bad impact, through the Irithel-Angela combo? As Kyrie in the late game with the Joy does a lot more damage than other typical assassins.
And looking at the, yeah, you're right. Great foundation already been built here by Onyx, right? 3 base turrets taken down, so worst comes to worst. Sicilian suddenly active. They need to eliminate all the structures here. 16 minutes.
Look at this.
Bro, D-Boy is just spamming his circling eagles.
He can, right? I mean, there's nothing really stopping him. There's no real lockdown. But pushing the wave like this, it is slow pushing to them. The stacks will continue to grow for Moreno.
That's why I think Onyx is just holding the wave, technically. They haven't hardcore been shoving it, because there's no need yet.
Yeah.
But with the Lord spawning here, Boots gonna try his best to set it up for his team. And I think you have to shout out that item, man. The Class of the Oasis being built by Keyboy. Applied to all 5 members, you're seeing how troublesome it is for Bigatron Alpha. Even when they were getting some success earlier to try and do something, but man, Keyboy gets out.
Easy circling eagle, easy Lord, wow.
Exactly, no
Blitzed,
contest.
that was so low. My God.
No contest whatsoever. I mean, taking a look at the items from Kyrie, he has an OD. Starlium, Holy, Blood Wings, Divine Glaive, and he has an OD, so he understands, he respects the potential from Angela. So if a member from side of Bigatron is isolated and suddenly helped by Hardguard, it will be negated.
That also means that Onyx, they're gonna have so much more advantage if they are the ones pulling the trigger. If they go in after the hard guard has already been applied, where Bigatron Alpha are the ones engaging that play, then the NOD technically won't really deny the shield immediately, and Sans was able to actually burn away the flicker from Super Key. That is important information. As the Lord walks in, the hard guard will come in.
Circling Eagle, that's a 4-man airborne. Super Can in the front right now, trying to buy some time with a heavy spin as well. But it looks grim right now, as that's going to be Super Cerezo taken down. Shive going at it all the way, running with a sprint down, but he's going to be the one bursted down. A disaster for the Red Terminators, but a big blessing for Onyx. Only Moreno left standing. The Sky Kings, the Kings of Sea, prevail. Tested, but not defeated.
Challenge, but they still succeed. The Kings of Sea will secure the upper bracket finals. securing themselves a top 3 position as they will meet Geek Fam.
Wow. A crazy back and forth, a full series. When everyone thought it was gonna be a quick wipe, Bigatron showing their improvements yet again, but Onyx responding kind and says, "You think you're up, but we are even higher."
It seems like the Alphas, they still are not worthy to take the Sky Kings down. Ladies and gentlemen, Bigatron Alpha will not be sent home backing just yet. They will though, their journey will still be alive through the lower brackets where they will meet RRQ.
BTR and RRQ will face one another in the depths of the lower brackets, and Onyx will go all the way to the top against Geek Fam in the upper bracket finals.
Onyx surprised with the result, but the outcome, not really.
How can you be surprised, man? Everyone thought it was gonna be a sweep. They're the best, not in Indonesia, in C. But it doesn't even matter, man. This is the kind of dominance that you would expect from the champions. This is why all the hopes of the Indonesian people are riding on them for the upcoming international scene.
2010, season 10, the scoreline was 3-1. Season 12, 3-2. BCM Moko, take the stage, take the seat.
Tarik ulur dan akhirnya dimenangkan oleh Onyx. Sonic mana suaranya untuk Onyx? Woo! The expected winner mungkin ya bisa dibilang, karena nggak ada yang menyangka Onyx bakal kalah dan itu terjadi. Mereka membuktikan, namun di match kali ini begitu mendebarkan. Match pembukaan kalian di babak playoff menang dengan 3-2. Gimana kemenangan ini, Kapten Boots?
Nggak tahu, capek.
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 5 game.
Iya.
Capek 5 game. Karena 5 gamenya atau karena lawannya nih untuk kali ini melelahkan?
Karena lawannya bisa jadi 5 game.
Karena lawannya makanya 5 game. Tapi kalau kita flashback ke belakang di regular season, sebenarnya kalian ketemu Bigatron 2 kali. Dan kalian gak pernah kasih poin kemenangan. Jadi hari ini kalian baru kasih kemenangan 2 game buat Bigatron. Apa yang berbeda saat kalian ketemu Bigatron pada saat regular season dan pada saat di playoff? Apakah di playoff mereka berkembang sangat jauh dibandingkan ketika kalian ketemu di regular season?
Ya mungkin ya mereka kan ada waktu persiapan juga buat mereka kan kayak berapa 3 minggu ya, mungkin mereka ngeoptimalin persiapannya aja. Jadi mereka jago banget sekarang.
Jago banget sekarang. Jadi dari 3 minggu ini maksimal. Tapi kalau dari kalian sendiri bagaimana untuk tim Onyx mempersiapkan babak playoff ini?
Nggak tahu sih. Aku main-main doang.
Main-main aja?
Iya.
Oh, main-main aja. Yang penting all in all out. Bu seperti lelah. Namun tadi ada yang menarik banget. Mungkin jarang banget ya. Kapan terakhir kita ngelihat Kyrie kayaknya kesusahan. Kyrie, I think this is from a long time. We see you having a hard time on the game, on the 4th game. 5 different level happened that time. How do you feel about that moment and what do you think about the game? Game 4, ingat nggak? Iya.
Yes.
Tadi gue mau nangis. Nggak dapat buff.
Nggak dapat buff, galak banget.
Nggak kalah banget soalnya.
Hilda, gimana rasanya untuk this is maybe for a long time. Kali pertama lagi nggak sih setelah sekian lama kamu harus terpressure seperti itu?
Iya, yang last di M4 lawan RRQ.
Oh,
lama banget loh Monique.
Iya, dan sekarang dipersulit. Is it facing Ken in the lane of Dawn? Is it that hard? Is it that tough?
Because he's also good. One of the best junglers in Indo.
Oh, kata Kyrie, Ken memang mempersulit dia karena salah satu yang jungler terbaik di Indonesia ya.
Or is it Key? The Hilda? Do you hate the Hilda or do you hate the Baxia?
Ah,
Do you hate the Hilda or the Baxia on that match? Yeah, on the
dua-duanya.
game. Dua-duanya.
Dua-duanya.
Of course, 5 level perbedaannya. Tapi menarik sekali tentu saja game yang sangat panjang. 5 game lagi. Akan ada player yang tentu saja menjadi menarik perhatian semua masyarakat, semua penonton, Sobat Onyx juga. Dan siapakah player of the match untuk match kali ini? 5 game beruntun untuk tim Onyx. Siapa Sonic?
Siapa?
K-Boy katanya. K-Boy, Sans, semuanya disebut.
Wah, semuanya disebut